Hello, everyone, and thank you for joining us for episode 71 of the MeepleCore Podcast, a bi-weekly podcast about board games, video games, music, and nerd culture. I'm your host, Tim Jennette, the Metal Meeple, and I'm joined by my co-hosts,
Matt RoBear
and Eric Ledford.
And today we have a special guest with us, George Breden.
Hello.
Say hi. What's up?
Good to be here.
Sweet. In this episode, we give you our first impressions for the board games Papua, In the Name of Odin, Shadows over Camelot, and the Merlin's Company expansion. Then we discuss house rules in board games, we run through our top 5 board games we'd love to live in, and much more. So what is up?
What's up?
Hey.
Yeah, this is fun. We got 4 people on the podcast today. That's kind of interesting. We haven't done this with the new setup of stuff, and it kind of is looking neat if you check out the video in about 3 years. So that was a stab to me. I'm sorry. I'm terrible at doing that. So hopefully if anybody's... you know what? The interesting thing about our videos is no one really tunes in to watch the videos, but they'll see them when they're posted on Board Game Geek, like under the game. So it's a good amount of traffic. But it's just not like people aren't like, you know, people don't tune into YouTube for a podcast.
And that gets posted 3 years later?
Well,
right. Unrelevant information.
I'm only 10 episodes behind, but that's a pretty long time since we're bi-weekly. So it's like, what, 5 months? That's pretty dope. Mm-hmm. I just finished Gen Con of 2018.
Oh, good. So if you guys need any information about this Gen Con 2019, it should be up pretty soon.
Yeah, for real. Well, I have edited like 4 of them. I just need to upload them. So I've got a lot done. It's just that I did that a couple days ago. So I'm trying. And I think that once I get caught up, I'll be able to do that because I can do one episode really fast. Mm-hmm. It's just the idea of being overwhelmed with doing a ton of them.
Yeah. I think it's refreshing to have not every podcast talking about Gen Con at the same time.
That's true. We're talking about last Gen Con anyway.
Yeah, perfect.
Right.
All right. So as always, we're going to talk about what we have been up to for the last couple of weeks. George might jump in a little bit, but after that, we're gonna bring George on and ask him some questions and stuff. So Matt.
Yes.
We'll start with you. What you been up to?
Minecraft. Big deal.
Minecraft?
Yeah, Minecraft.
You know, oddly enough, I own that for literally every system and have only played it on the PC.
Have you actually played it or?
I used to play it. I played it when it first came out, like on the PC, and it was in beta. Mm-hmm. And I played it for a couple months. I mean, it changed and stuff.
It was like way different.
Well, and I've played it since then on my phone.
Okay.
Like on the iPhone.
Yeah, I gotcha.
So like, as in like probably last year.
Gotcha.
So
it's Minecraft.
Yeah.
Let's see here. Walking Dead will be wrapping up soon.
Like wrapping up for good.
Like permanently?
No. This season.
Oh, it's unfortunate.
Yeah.
It should probably.
I heard it wasn't going good.
I think this is like the worst ratings they've had. This is one of the worst seasons they've had. The second half of the season has not been awful, and I was gaining a little faith in them. Until this last episode was just completely pointless and made no sense whatever. But
is it even following the comics at this point at all?
I mean, to an extent, but not totally.
And how's life without Rick?
Yeah, how is life without Rick?
I just think writing overall is bad. I don't think he made or break what's going on.
Mm-hmm. Gotcha.
I just think the writing overall is bad, but whatever.
George, you watch Walking Dead?
I've seen it. I haven't seen it recently, but it's surprising to me that they don't follow the comic unless the comic is also bad because it's already there for them. Why can't they just follow it?
Well,
right.
I mean, that's kind of the frustrating thing is the comic is fine and they're making all these changes and it's not helping.
It's like they follow it, but they don't do exactly what the comic did. It's like here it's almost like they rebooted as they go along.
Yeah.
Right, which I would say actually is pretty nice for a lot of people because you're just not rehashing a story that you already know. Someone is coming up with something new, and it's kind of like a different timeline.
I think the only thing it provides is surprise.
Or yeah. So it's something that you're kind of watching anew with the same characters, kind of like a different timeline, like I said. Which is kind of refreshing in some aspects, but when you have bad writers, and they're not following, a good storyline, they mess it up.
Right. And sometimes people don't really need the element of surprise. They just want to see a physical form of something they love. So take like Game of Thrones, for instance.
Mm-hmm. I was just thinking that.
They stay pretty true. Most of the time, they change a few things here and there from what my wife says. But I mean, overall, like 85-90% of it is pretty much from the books.
What about the second to last season? And I guess they haven't even started the very last season, right?
Oh, I was going to say except for those because he hasn't written those books yet.
Yeah, well, he wrote the books now. It's just gonna be like the movie adaptation of into novel.
I don't know. He
Bam, done.
From what I understood, he just gave them an outline.
Yeah,
Kind of
so
like
he's
major
kinda-
events. It could still be different.
That's true.
Well, the last thing that I heard was that he came out and said it will be different.
It will be different.
He's not
Oh.
locked in.
Yeah.
Right.
Oh yeah, he doesn't want to be locked in. It doesn't matter. I mean, he's probably going to die
that's-
before it happens anyway.
Don't say that.
Yeah.
No,
We need to
hopefully
know.
not. But dude, I mean, like, if
that's
you're,
good.
how old is he? Isn't he like in his
pretty old.
70s?
I'd have to say that. That sounds safe.
So I mean, at that point, you should be kind of getting the ball on the roll, right?
And he's not in the best
What is it
shape.
called? What's
Yeah.
I'm like George Bush over here with my sayings. Anyway, go ahead, Matt.
Search and destroy.
Yeah,
Is that what
it's,
you said? No. Yeah, search and destroy. That's what it was.
No, what was that?
Fool me once, fool me twice.
Yeah,
You can't fool me again.
There it is.
yeah, that.
Well, he had a lot of them, but I guess
did.
those were the more
Mission
famous
accomplished.
Bushisms.
ones. Bushisms.
Bushisms, yes.
Another show we started watching, American Gods. I don't know.
Oh, no.
Oh yeah,
You familiar? Or?
I'm familiar with the story,
Okay,
but not the novel, but not the.
Right.
I've seen the show. Again, I haven't watched all of them.
Okay. So the second season started. I had a little too much beverage and I fell asleep after 5 minutes of the first episode.
Oh, that's
So,
terrible.
Well, I'll watch it. I'll get to it. I'll let you know what happened.
That's
But
good.
I think this was the second week and the third episode will be this Sunday. So, I mean, me and the wife will binge watch the first part of it. We went to Fraser Museum. I don't
like
know
that
if-
place.
Okay.
I saw some of the pictures from that.
Have you been to it recently?
No, it's been like a year.
When you
or
went,
two.
they had lots of guns and stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Medieval stuff. Guns
Yeah,
and
that's not
stuff,
there
yeah.
anymore.
What?
Yeah, exactly.
Like no guns or swords or anything?
I mean, there's some, but not like
What is it?
cases upon cases of them. Like
It's
they used
the
to have.
Fraser Weapons and Arms
Exactly.
Museum.
It's not the Fraser Weapons Museum anymore. It's
They
like the
changed
Fraser Historical. It's all like Kentucky.
Oh, no.
It's like lots of bourbon though. You might like.
I seen that. Like they had a bourbon room.
Yeah, the bourbon room. Yeah,
Can you
so
drink it there?
no, there's not free samples or anything, but it they got like stills set up and a lot of like bottles, which I would assume are distilleries here in Kentucky.
Yeah.
Yeah, it is not the Arms Museum anymore. I was kind of disappointed.
Wow.
I would be really disappointed.
Yeah. So I don't know if it's going to be something they rotate around or something. Like
They did have rotating exhibits and stuff, but
Like,
it
I went to
wasn't
the-
always about
The the samurai
right. Like
exhibit.
well, that was a specialty.
that was
exhibit.
amazing.
Yeah, no, because they had the pirate one too. But that was like on the top floor, and that was a revolving thing. They even had a Hunger Games one, I think.
This sounds amazing.
That's silly.
yeah, right.
Is it in Louisville? Is
Yes,
Yeah.
yeah.
Oh.
It's like
Yeah,
right
downtown.
next to the Science Center. Kinda.
It's on. They call that Museum Row.
Yeah.
Right.
So it's right there on Main Street or whatever.
Okay.
Yeah.
So
You know when you live in a place you don't actually do the touristy stuff?
Oh,
That's-
yeah.
That's my situation. I need to do that.
That's fair. That's fair.
and then the last thing of note was I cut a tree down.
Oh,
That's-
like a tree.
A tree tree.
Like with a knife.
With a chainsaw?
knife. Yeah, a chainsaw. Yes, a chainsaw.
Or an axe? That'd be more impressive.
No, I did not fell a tree. I cut it down kind of like branches by branches and stuff.
Oh, I see.
But I mean, it was a good sized tree. It was the main part of it was
Like
over
you
10
climbed
foot.
up into it and stuff.
I had a ladder. I got a 10-foot ladder. I kind of
okay.
climbed up, and
Did you look on YouTube and figure out how to?
that's what
down?
I not do that.
Oh.
You could just
You
set it
didn't
on
take out
fire.
He didn't end up on YouTube. That's the important thing.
I don't think I could do that.
Oh, wow.
What?
Set it on fire?
Set it on
It'll
fire.
burn. I mean, birds in your
What?
fireplace.
I think that's illegal.
I think that's illegal. Yes.
Oh, wow. I grew up in Bullitt County.
Yeah,
I'm just
no,
saying.
yeah, you might be able to do that out there. We can't do that here. Not in the city. So don't try that, Tim.
That's
right.
Don't do that in your backyard.
Don't do that at home, kids.
But yeah, it was a lot of fun. We had a tree that's dying. So I got up there and like tied ropes in certain spots, cut branches and yanked and all that good stuff. And
That's pretty cool.
it was a good time.
Yeah.
Was it dying from that elm disease or the borer?
Ash borer,
ash borer?
possibly, because it did have a ton of holes in it.
They had like the little like brain style like curves and stuff. You know, some about like the little lines and stuff that.
Yeah, that they dig into the bark.
I'm not sure.
We have like 4 or 5 of them in the woods that are like that, and they're gonna probably come down at some point.
Yeah. No, it had tons of holes in the bark. There was parts that were just dead. Like there was several like good sized branches that were probably, I don't know, like
Couple
8
inches.
or so inches round. And I would cut it to a point, pull it with a rope, and when it hit the ground, it like went into 3 or 4 pieces. I mean, it was just lots of dead wood up there. But probably overall, it was about a 20 foot tree or so. But
20-foot tree.
yeah,
Huh.
yeah. The main body was 10, and then it had branches going up and off of it and stuff. So.
Well, that's pretty cool.
I felt pretty manly this weekend. Very sore too, rolling the big trunks around.
I'm a lumberjack.
Yeah.
I'm okay.
But that was me.
Eric, what you been up to?
I finished up 13 Reasons Why.
Opinions? Opinion?
Informative, maybe.
Informative.
What did we talk about this? And I just totally don't remember.
We talked about last podcast. It was
My wife did not like it. So
okay. Well, my wife also decided. There's a second season, and we
Yes.
usually try to finish up. After the season, we'll start the second season. But she was like,
right.
let's go watch something that's
Yes.
more uplifting or.
Right.
Yeah.
This is it's about teen suicide, isn't it?
Yes.
Right. Yeah.
Netflix show.
So it was Netflix show. So we finished out the first season, but then we wanted something more, brighter. So we went into Umbrella Academy.
Oh
Did you
yeah,
say you watched all of it?
no, I have not seen any. That's like the Harry Potter.
No.
Is it kind of like
Harry
Twilight
Potter.
Zone?
They're magic.
Like Twilight Zone?
Twilight Zone?
I think of the wrong thing.
So it's like it starts off with like 43 different women across the world have a baby at kind of like the same time. They were not pregnant. They all kind
Happens
of
every day, probably.
Yeah. They went and had a baby. This billionaire goes around and he's trying to adopt or buy these babies. I don't know. He knew that they were special, I guess. So he acquired 6 or 7 of them.
As you do. When you're a billionaire, you can just buy people.
So he raises them. He's not the nicest guy, I guess, but he raises them to save the world. And they all grow up to have some kind of power, kind of like X-Men. One could, see dead people, or one can kind of teleport around or travel in time. But it's kind of slow. We've only watched 2 episodes so far.
Yeah, it sounds more like X-Men, like you said.
Yeah.
Sounds more like Heroes.
I'd heard a lot of people compare it to Harry Potter.
Where it's like,
Harry Potter.
is it kind of like, did you ever watch Heroes?
No, I mean, I've seen like
It kind of feels like the powers are there, but it's mostly like the idea of what's happening more so than the actual powers. It's not like a superheroes show where they're running around, like Avengers and spraying ice and stuff everywhere or whatever.
Yeah.
They don't do that in Avengers. But anyway, but like in Heroes, they would have a power, but they would mostly be like, it'd be like there's a lot of drama and stuff that's going on. Or
it seems like more like a Mission Impossible kind of deal.
I don't know just yet. It is kind of slow. We've only watched the first 2 episodes. Their family goes kind of defunct. The kids kind of move away. The main, not the main guy, but the father figure, the billionaire, he ends up dying. They all kind of get back together to go to his funeral, basically. And, so from there, it branches off. I'll let you know in 2 weeks where it kind of goes off from there.
fair enough.
But, yeah, they're kind of defunct. They don't really work out together. They kind of don't really even like each other.
They're going to split into factions and war with each other.
Yeah.
That's my prediction.
Yes.
Having never seen it.
Well, cool. Was that you?
Yeah. Besides that, played Destiny with Tim. Tim got me the annual pass, so we've been kind of going through some of the new stuff that it offers us.
Yeah, that's pretty dope. It's weird because it's one of those games that it doesn't have a monthly fee,
right?
So they trickle in some updates every once in a while, which it's mostly a lot of quality of life and stuff, and then some decent content. But if you have the season pass or annual pass, they release a good chunk here and there. So
right. A couple times in a year, they'll release a pretty big update that adds new elements to the game.
Yeah, I'm still having a lot of fun with it. I like a lot of the stuff it has.
Yeah.
So, that covers one of mine. The other thing is I've been playing a lot more Mario Odyssey on the Switch, and that thing is awesome.
Yes.
Man, it is so good. If you don't have a Switch, I would buy a Switch. It's so good.
Yeah.
Yeah, cool stuff. The fact that you can actually like kickstand it and stand it there, or you can take it and hook it up to a TV, or you can just like, if you want to play with, are you familiar with the Switch?
Well, I'm familiar with what a Switch is. I don't have one, but is this Mario where you're jumping around on platforms, or is it Mario where you're driving a car?
No, not Mario Kart. This is you ever played Mario 64 on the Nintendo 64?
No.
It's like, so it's Mario, but you're not side scrolling, kind of. It's a 3D environment and you run around and jump and stuff. But they did implement certain things where it is flat. Like, for instance, there'll be a wall and you'll go through a pipe and then it'll put like a Mario game up on the wall. Like you turned flat and you're like moving around on the wall and playing like old school Mario.
Nostalgic.
Yeah, they've got a lot of cool nostalgia things included in it, but it's actually fun because it adds a different element of control. You can get good at the 3D element and you can get at the platforming on the 2D. It's got everything. And the one thing I really liked about Mario 64 is the fact that it had all these stars to collect. You go into each world and it has 31 stars or whatever. And this one, it's like 40 something moons for each stage. And they're like really fun to get. They're not like overly hard. I think so far the game is actually kind of easy. Mm-hmm. I have yet to die literally to anything besides me just doing stupid stuff. So, and when you die, you don't really die. You just lose 10 coins and respawn. So it's very accessible of a game, and it's mostly about learning the puzzles, but I wish the puzzles were slightly harder, like the jumping puzzles and stuff like that, or just the puzzles on how do I get that moon? Oh, well, I go knock that thing over and run across it. I mean, super simple.
Super simple stuff, yeah.
Yeah, there's only a couple where I had to try like 3 times, maybe. I think one I tried 3 times, the second one I tried twice. And I'm only like 5 worlds in, but I've gotten like 80% of the moons on each one. And I was looking up one just because I was curious. And they said it's like the second hardest one to get. And I got it in the first try. So,
really?
Yeah, I don't really think that the game is overly hard. And the boss fights are actually, they got cool mechanisms, but they're incredibly obvious. Mm. You know what I mean? It's like shoot things. It does something weird. And you're like, okay, I got to hit it at that time.
Yeah.
So super obvious or whatever, but it's really, really good and entertaining. So.
That's good.
Yep. I should probably have it beat by the next time we have a podcast. Other than that, I've been at lunch. I've been playing Shards of Infinity with my coworker. Have you played this, George?
No, I have not.
So it's okay. I'm going to first point out to all you people on Board Game Geek who give it crappy scores and cited the fact that it's a ripoff of Star Realms. Let me educate you here a little bit. It is made by Justin Gary. And Gary, whatever his name is, the people who made Ascension. Guess when Ascension came out? Before Star Realms. Guess what Star Realms did? Completely distilled Ascension into a small card game. So it's not even a ripoff of Star Realms. Star Realms ripped off Ascension, and Gary and them made this game based off the Ascension, the game they created before Star Realms. So it irritates me when I see people like quote or say things like, I don't like this game because it's a ripoff of this other game, when it clearly, the game that you're saying is a ripoff of the game or whatever was already a ripoff of the original concept that they recreated. Right. Tangent, but either way, the game is decent. People are giving it way good reviews. I have a couple problems with it. It's a deck builder. Matt, you might actually like it. It's in a deck builder sense, it's really good. It's like, I think it's better than Star Realms because Star Realms is a very distilled deck builder. Mm-hmm.
I don't mind. I like Star Realms.
I don't mind it either. But when I played Shards of Infinity, there's just like a couple of more things. Like, for instance, if you don't want to buy a card in your deck, there's a lot of cards that are mercenaries and you pay for it. You can either choose to put it in your deck, like discard pile, and draw it later, and it'll be a part of your deck, or you can pay it the same cost and just use it right then.
Oh, okay.
And so you're like, maybe I just need one more buy power.
Right.
Or not buy power, but one more mastery. Mm-hmm. So you got buy power, you got fight, because you actually attack the other player. You can play 4 players, obviously. And you have like a mastery, and the mastery is kind of interesting because you have 2 cards in your deck that require mastery. They have a tiered system. So it's like the one card will give you a currency to buy stuff. if you have like 5, 10, or 15 mastery, it increases what it actually would give you for purchasing power. Same thing with the attacking card, except for when you have 30 mastery, you do infinite damage because it's the Shard of Infinity. So you can either die by being beat up throughout the game, or you can, well, I guess you're going to die either way, but you can either just do damage over time, or you can get a mastery up to 30 and then just insta kill them once you draw that card.
Gotcha.
Right. It's just a win.
You win. Yeah. But it's just interesting as infinite damage.
It's really fun.
And so like there's some cards that have like, it has a base thing. And then it has like, if you're at 10 mastery, then it gets better or whatever. Mm-hmm. I think that the mastery victory in going for the mastery is kind of weak. Because it's so much easier to do damage with other cards. And the reason is because there's a green faction in the deck that does damage and heals you.
Oh, dope.
Like what? Okay.
Why would you do that?
OP. I think 2 of the 5 times I've played it, I didn't, or 3 of the 5 times I played it, or something like that. I think there's 3 times that I've lost, and it's because I purposely did not purchase a green card. And it's just but I did almost run the last time without purchasing a green card. It makes more sense to kind of diversify the whole way,
right? Not
just only pick green cards. But I don't think the mastery victory is as clear as it should be. And I think there's an expansion that actually addresses that. So I can't, hit it too hard, but it is a lot of fun.
But if you have to get the expansion to kind of fix issues in the base game,
I don't know if you have to like fix it, but what I'm saying is don't go into it thinking it's the most balanced game ever. But again, I mean, I guess the idea is it's not that the game is imbalanced because you're playing against the same game. A deck builder has the same line of stuff that you can buy that the other person can. Right. Yeah.
I mean, it might be lucky on who can, it shows up for a certain person.
It sounds like it's more on rails as far as strategy goes.
Right. That's exactly what I mean, is because your idea set is, okay, buy a bunch of green cards and you heal yourself from their damage and damage them. And by buying the green cards, you stop them from owning them.
Right.
And so I feel like that could be, maybe the green could have been diluted a little bit.
Yeah.
Maybe it should have been, a lot of the green cards is if you played another green card, do the damage. But if you're already buying green cards to heal yourself, you have green cards. It's just silly. It's silly.
It sounds like a good call for a house rule.
More on that later.
Right.
Call forward.
But I think the expansion is pretty good. Should do a lot of things that I like just by reading the blurb of it. Although I will say that for about $15 is what you get this game for, and it's a really good price for what you get. Except it's neat, but it could have been $10 if they. So
if they did,
it comes with player boards. They're like literally the size of the box. They're like 6 inches by 4 inches, and they have like 2 wheels on it for your hit points and for your mastery. And it's one giant piece of art. All of them are the same, and that just drives me nuts.
If they could color them or
like no, I mean like they're all different character art. But what I mean by that is they have a special power that's all the same.
Oh, okay.
It's like focus and gain one. Focus by spending 1 currency, gain a mastery. Mm-hmm. They could have included that because it's good in the game, but they could have gave each character a different special power. I think.
What would they do about an expansion?
I don't know if they did that in the expansion. I don't know. I think, but
which they've already made.
Right?
Yeah, it's out there.
So, other than that, we played Tabletop Simulator. We played Glux, Fuji, and Ethnos.
That's right.
Yeah, that was a pretty fun time.
Mm-hmm. That was a good night.
Yeah. I saw some people on Twitter posting about Fuji because I guess they just, everyone just got it.
Mm-hmm. It's new.
Maybe we'll talk about that one day. We played Ethnos, which interestingly enough drove me away from buying the game.
Oh, really? Okay. I know you're still, I'm
on the fence. I'm on the fence, but I just made an order. All right, so
did you already make the order?
Yeah, I forgot to tell you. Oh, Eric, I told you like 2 weeks ago.
I had time.
Oh, yeah, I forgot. I got excited. I told you ahead of time, though.
Yeah, you did.
I got really excited.
I meant to ask you today. I was like, you still making that order?
So before I talk about that, I got a new TV. My friends gave them to us, Justin and David. I want to thank them if they ever, for some reason, listen to this podcast. I'm super grateful. My current TV has to just stay on the whole time because otherwise if you turn it off, the tubes will... Or not tube, but the tab bonding is really weird with the way it cools down, and it causes it to glitch out for like an hour, and then once it heats up, it's fine.
It needs to warm up, yeah.
Yeah. So
you need like a hair dryer and just like warm it up. So you play it.
I keep it warmed up the whole time, but I'm gonna mount it on the thing above it. So I'm gonna have 2 TVs anyway. This is gonna be interesting, and then eventually that one will die, and I'll just buy another one to replace it. But so back to what I bought. So I went through. I used TCG Player the app on the phone to scan all my Magic cards. I scanned just over 6,000 cards.
That's a lot.
And put them in piles of sell, not sell, or whatever. Like not worth anything.
Not worth it, yeah.
So I sold just enough stuff to TCG Player to get a lot of money, which we'll come back to. And then whatever I had left, I sold to Cool Stuff so that I can get 25% store credit added on there. And I bought the new Trajan.
Very nice.
Yes. Thank you for printing that. I bought Great Western Trail.
Awesome.
And then I bought
wanting to play that.
Me too.
I bought My Village because it had 7 and it had $10 on it.
Oh, $10? Yeah.
It was normally 50, so I was
I would pick it up for 10.
The dice version of Village. Yeah.
Is it?
Isn't it?
I don't know.
Yeah, it's the dice version. It's dice game of Village.
I'm cool with that.
Yeah.
Village is an excellent game.
Is
It had 2K ratings at 7.04. So
I've almost picked it up a couple times because it came across at a good deal every now and then. Yeah.
And then I bought another game, which I actually forgot what it was. It's like a small little TMG game. It's like $3.
And that's why we forget.
Well, dude, I bought like Thieves Market. I really like that for $3.
Yeah, that's not too bad, actually.
Yeah. I would have paid full price for that one, actually. I like that quite a bit. Very, very specific on player count, but that's fine.
Yeah.
Anyway, the last thing I did, and the reason I bought it through TCG Player to get money is because I was like, Kingdom Death Monster.
Yeah.
Boom.
Oh, really?
Wait, you got Kingdom Death Monster?
I bought it. It will be here Saturday.
Okay. Nice. I didn't know you already ordered it.
Yeah.
Oh, fantastic.
Dope. So I got my money, I think, on Tuesday, and I placed the order Wednesday, and it's free expedite shipping, so it'll be here Saturday.
How did they pay you? Did they pay you like by check or
you give them a routing number and it deposits it directly?
Okay.
Yeah, check deposit.
Cool.
And you
ACH.
like taking things off sprues and putting things together and painting them and all that.
Oh yeah, so check us out. Sales cases.
Yeah.
All miniatures. Okay. I'm so excited.
There's a lot.
Yeah.
Because I like the hobby aspect of it. I can put them all together. I can paint them, and I can feel like I'm getting my use out of this $400.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's a lot of money, but it's 19 pounds of vile awesomeness.
Right.
Oh, it's going to be so good. Anyway, so that's me.
Cool.
Anyway, George, welcome to joining us on this episode here.
Thank you.
So George plays games with us. We met him at O'Shea's, so I guess something good came out of that. And then O'Shea's was okay. It's just that we've talked about it before.
Yeah.
It wasn't, we can't be the only promoters when you have your own social media that you don't promote it on. It does not help out.
I don't know why.
Thanks for
that happened.
not spending that half a second to hit repost.
Yeah.
Jeez. But, so no, that was pretty cool. And then, you've joined us a bunch of times now. And so I guess we'll just ask a couple questions and we'll hop into some other stuff. But, what kind of got you into gaming?
Well, it started with my older brother. I have a brother that's 2 years older, and he was the leader in that. He would always be the first one to end up with games. He had the original red box, D&D.
I've got that.
Yeah. So, well, okay, but I imagine you didn't get it when it came out.
It wasn't mine. It was my older brother's. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. So
now it's the pink box
kind of
because it is very sun touched.
So that was kind of the start of it, and then there was a line of games that came out by TSR called their mini series, and they were little clamshell games with lots of little chits. And there was one called Ragnarok, or no, it was called Viking Gods, but it was about Ragnarok. And that one, when I was 11, I fell in love with that game and just played it to death. I would play that one solo and just play against myself, but I play against my brother all the time, and that was kind of what really got me into the hobby. That sort of, I really connected with the Norse mythology, and from there we played all kinds of other board games that came out, Robo Rally and Car Wars, and
Car Wars,
all those
Car
really
Wars
early ones.
What is that? That's from
Steve Jackson
Games. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah. And there was the Robotech. I don't know if it was Robotech.
Is it BattleTech, I think?
BattleTech, where you had to check off the little boxes.
Yeah.
Right.
So
it's like they're on hexagon bases and stuff.
Yes.
It's all pewter figures and everything.
Yeah. And you could overheat. So you had heat sinks that you had to worry about.
You have like a 2.5 page character sheet.
Yeah. Those kinds of like all day sort of gaming experiences.
Oh yeah.
I did that. And
I played that a little bit.
started to get into, the Euros later on, of course, like Settlers of Catan and, the same thing that a lot of people have gone through, just sort of progressed through. But when I was in high school, it wasn't cool, so I stopped doing it.
That's right.
That's fair.
Got into sports and just sort of left the whole thing and went off to college and I didn't play in college or anything. So there was a number of years where I just wasn't into it. And then when I came back to the tri-state area, then sort of reconnected with my brother and he'd been playing games the whole time. So,
Nice.
So I got back into it and just went from there and went really whole hog into the hobby because I was interpreting, sign language interpreting, in a school system at that point. And so I started a game club at the school.
No,
and
awesome.
that was really great.
That's awesome.
For the kids. It was middle school.
Mm-hmm.
Well, elementary and middle. But anyway, the reason that I started that is because the group of friends that, I'd been growing up with my brother and all his friends, they started a game store. I don't know if I should plug it, but
that's fine. Yeah, you can.
It's Epic Loot in Centerville, Ohio.
And where is that in relation to Cincinnati?
It's in Dayton. So it's,
Okay.
I don't know, half an hour north.
I gotcha.
Yeah. So
That'll be easier for people to look up.
Right. Yeah. Tom Vassell went there and said it was one of his favorite game stores. So
nice.
It's really nice. And, so they started that sort of, in the middle of the recession and everything. And it took off. It did really well. And so that's when I started buying a lot of their games and just building my collection. So since, I don't know, like 2008, I've really had a lot of games and been pretty deep in the hobby.
So who has more games, you or your brother?
Oh, I do.
Does he still play?
He has more experience probably than I do, and he does still play, but he sort of reached the point where he'd rather talk about movies and have discussions rather than play games a lot of the time. And he feels that board games sometimes keep people from having other discussions because they focus on the game so much. Mm-hmm. So now I'm sort of cognizant of that when I play myself and try to be aware to just sort of make
take
it more
some time
socialized.
out.
I think,
Right,
don't just cut off every discussion because you're focused on the
right.
game.
It's
So
like, let's not talk, guys. Back to the game.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's a happy medium because I know when we played D&D and stuff back in the day, it would be like a 3-hour tangent. And you're like, oh yeah, we're playing D&D. Okay,
the game.
Yeah. Let's get back to it.
Yeah, and that's fine. That's a nice thing to do.
Yeah.
It's weird because it's fun to talk about it, but it is one of the most annoying things ever is when you're playing a game, you talk about the other times that you have played the game. Like, let me tell you about all these other stories when I played this game.
Especially Dungeons and Dragons.
Especially Dragons.
Role-playing games. That's very true.
I had this one character that...
Not interested.
Thank you. I think oh, man.
That's almost as bad as somebody telling you about their dream. It's like,
No. Yeah.
don't want to know.
No. So, that's pretty cool. So, he's not joining us anytime soon, I'm assuming.
No, if I could talk him into it, I would, but I doubt it.
Does he live in Cincinnati, I guess?
No, he's in Dayton.
Dayton? Oh, okay.
Yeah. Yeah, and he's often in Columbus, Ohio as well.
That's fair.
Yeah. But anyway, that's my brother, John. Hi, John.
Sweet. Give him a check out the podcast, at least the beginning of this episode.
Yeah.
Well, cool. Yeah, I guess we can move on to some news items and then we'll talk about games since we talk about games on this podcast. We only have a few news items here. The first thing is probably being talked about by everyone and their mom, and it's that Gale Force 9 has obtained the rights to Dune. They're reprinting the original board game as well as making other games and products.
What do you mean by other games and products?
They've got some stuff outlined.
Okay,
I mean,
all right. So they have other projects, but Dune is one of them.
Yeah, well, games and products, but I think they're actually doing other things that aren't games. Also,
related
like probably
to Dune.
Yeah, it's all related to Dune,
Gotcha.
but they have the IP rights basically.
Mm-hmm.
So
awesome.
Yeah,
I heard a lot of good things. I've not played this game. I know it's an older game.
Yeah,
but it's kind of a grail
much
game
older
for
game.
Yeah, a lot of people.
Did you ever play it?
I have, and last Christmas I tracked it down and bought it for my brother. So now I'm a little disappointed at the timing.
But and the price difference potentially.
Yeah.
Did you know that Rex is kind of the same game?
Yes, and I've played that one as well, and it is the same game.
Is it the exact same game? Minus a little bit of Fantasy Flight touch.
Right.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
I'm sure that Gale Force 9 will probably implement some sort of streamlining or some sort of slight changes.
update the game a little bit. Right.
Update. I doubt they'll do that much to change it because I'm pretty sure that would really set people off. But I'm sure that they'll look at the community and be like, okay, everyone is playing this way. Let's add that into the game.
They might do the sort of thing where they have an alternate, board or, an alternate rule set so that they include the original game and something extra.
That would be actually pretty nice. Here you can play it how it was back then, and here's another way that you can play it that we updated it.
And that's exactly what Fantasy Flight did with Merchants of Venus.
Right.
It came with like double the components and it was like $80, $90. But luckily I got it for very cheap at St. Vincent de Paul for $25.
And we still haven't played it.
I know. That is our life.
Yes.
We have so many games, not enough time.
That's right.
Yeah.
Which is why Tabletop Simulator. Matt, we got to get you on some of this. At least on the weekends or something.
2 votes.
2 votes.
3 votes. Yeah.
We can use the money from Humble Bundle to just buy it for you. That way it's covered. Well, corporate expense.
Tax write-off.
Yeah, it's actually 50% off right now.
Oh, really?
So even though we haven't gotten to the plug yet, if you are interested in Tabletop Simulator, I don't know if it's 50% off on Humble Bundle, which is what we use as our partner. But if anything, just buy it on Steam. I mean, I like to plug Humble Bundle, but at the same time, we're not in this for money. So get it wherever you're going to get it cheaper. But the second thing we have is, I meant to bring this up, but the Above Board TV series. Did you were telling us kind of about that, right?
I had seen something about that.
Yeah. So according to Dice Tower News, there's a new TV series coming out about board games. Where is this at? Doing it live. Here we go. It's called Above Board. It has a terrible logo. And basically, it says, board game enthusiasts rejoice, for we're likely to have a mainstream television show all of our own. It's by producer, director, actor Travis Oates. Has been sneaking around behind the scenes for the past 9 months, creating a television series called Above Board, targeted to hit one of the popular streaming services that we also love, which sounds like Netflix.
Streaming service, or it's going to be like Twitch?
Streaming services. Which, I mean, Netflix is streaming. Hulu's streaming. Mm-hmm. Twitch is technically streaming, but it depends on what you mean by streaming.
Netflix would be a much bigger deal.
Oh, yeah.
I guess, yeah. Netflix would probably is Twitch then, or YouTube. It's just probably streamed through YouTube.
Well, no, I'm hoping it actually is Netflix because then more people would be.
Oh, yeah. I hope it is too.
Netflix would be a bigger partner to get with, but are they that big, and would Netflix,
Right. Well, the article says the show has elements of the popular car show Top Gear, combining real love of board games with comedic parody, and daily shows style tongue-in-cheek interviews. They've got Jamie Stegmaier of Stonemaier Games. Mm-hmm. They I always thought it was like Stegmaier Games, but it's like so close to his name.
Right.
Stefan Feld's going to be on there. Dr. Ryder Knizia. Companies like Broken Token, publishers Michael Coe of Gamelot Games and Paul Saxberg from Roxley Games. They made Super Motherload
and I forgot
Steampunk Rally.
Yeah,
Steampunk Rally. So anyway, and then Tom Vassel's going to have his own recurring segment on there.
Oh.
So we'll see how that is. 6 episodes are already planned, and we'll see if there's more. I think the first thing they should do is redo this logo that is absolute garbage. This is one of the worst logos I've ever seen.
Oh, I want to see it.
Just the title itself, Above Board, doesn't necessarily.
Oh, wow. Okay.
It doesn't necessarily convey the idea.
Yeah, I thought the name was an odd choice.
Yeah, it's a very bad name. Yeah. It's a very bad name. It doesn't make any sense. I mean, maybe explain it to me, and then. I don't like to be harsh on it, but seriously, this logo looks like 40 years old. It's like, dude, I just got Photoshop 4. They're on 10, like 11 or 12 now. Yeah. Well, anyway, I really hope this does well, though. I'm not making fun of the show, but I will make fun of the media coverage if it's got logos like this. And I think that it's important, although I don't think it's going to do well.
I would like to.
No, I hope it does.
I want it to do well, but I don't see a board game show maybe doing so well.
The only reason I say this is because look at King of the Nerds.
They got 3 seasons out of that.
They got 3 seasons out of it, but they were tackling a much larger audience.
Right, audience.
I think the bigger thing they're going to battle with is you already have your dice towers and stuff like that. I don't know what this dude's going to do so much different to make you tune into it, but we'll see.
I think it depends very much on the host because, for example, the car show, what was it? Top Gears?
Top Gear.
I don't care about cars at all, but I've actually seen that show and I enjoyed it.
Oh, you know,
it's just Travis Oates. It's like he's an American actor, and the first thing he says, he continued the role of Piglet in My Friends Tigger and Boo.
he was also the voice of Piglet in the new Kingdom Hearts. I saw that. He directed Don't Blink. I did see that. I think I know what that is, but I'm not totally sure.
He was Piglet in Ralph Breaks the Internet.
He's typecast.
He's Piglet. In video games, he was Piglet.
Yeah, he's a voice actor.
Yeah,
I saw where he was in like Lego Movie and stuff.
Going back on other podcasts, there's a podcast called Car Talk. I don't know if any of you guys. Yeah, there's 2 guys.
And that's enjoyable too.
Yeah, they're brothers, and that's an awesome podcast.
It's very good.
I'm not big into cars or anything, but I've watched so many of their podcasts that because they're pretty funny and informative.
Watch them like on YouTube and stuff, or
heard them. Yeah.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
My eyes glaze over when people talk about cars.
And I'm the same way, but I've listened to that show on NPR, and it's
right,
and it's very entertaining.
Funny and entertaining. Yeah,
it so depends on the people on the show.
Well, anyway, that article's written by Corey Thompson, just to give him some credit on the Dice Tower News website, and I wish it all the best. I really hope it does awesome, and I hope that it provides it grabs a lot of people into the board game world. I just don't know. They have to be really careful because who do you pander to? Do you pander to the board gaming audience or to the people who are outside of it try to get new people? I think that's the mistake they're probably going to do, though.
Yeah.
It's going to be like here, or they'll be like the typical, here's a bunch of gateway games and let's talk about gateway games. Although it does work for tabletop.
It does. It's a little concerning that they have, Feld and Knizia, and those are people who are very popular with hardcore kind of gamers.
Yeah.
It's not those, they don't do real popular kind of games necessarily.
I would say Knizia.
Well, he has done.
Oh, yeah.
He's just going to speak in equations anyway. I mean, 12, 17, 4, 3. If you combine yellow and blue.
Very mathematical.
Yeah.
Right. But if somebody just tunes into that show and then says, all right, I'll try one of these Feld games, they could be just swamped.
Yeah. They could. But I mean, if they have they parody daily, whatever it is, what was the show that they're trying to mimic? A Daily Show. Right. That sounds like it's very specific to the crowd that is already going to get the jokes. So if you're making a ton of jokes and parodies and stuff, you kind of already need to be in the scene, I guess. I don't know. This is going to be interesting. Yeah. I think it's going to be everywhere. And then the second season, if they get around to it, will hone in.
Sure. Oh, I thought you meant everywhere. Like everyone's going to be talking about above board.
No, it's going to be everywhere. Like it's in far of what are you trying to accomplish with this? There's going to be so many different things going on. Like, I don't know. I really hope it has, I don't, with a logo like that, you know what I'm saying? Anyway,
the logo and the title itself.
Yeah.
Can I just put this out there? Just when I have my own TV show that's about board games, that's going to be called Table Scraps. So I just want that on the record.
Table Scraps?
I don't want anyone to take that.
Right.
Table Scraps.
We said it here first.
TM.
That's probably also terrible.
So after 66 years, Lego has decided to make slippers with extra padding and branded Lego to provide you cushions from stepping on Legos. I think they're making 15,000 of them or something. Isn't that funny?
It's hilarious. They're going to make a bank though.
Yeah, right. Well, it says it says to end 66 years of pain. So it's pretty funny.
Nice.
And then, Eric, you said that Google has something going on. What's up with that?
Yeah, so it looks like they announced today that they are, at the end of 2019, they are going to debut a streaming service for games. So it sounds like something like Steam, except you're going to play these games on the fly almost through a Chrome browser. So you don't have to download these games ahead of time. You can be like, I want to play this game. And you play it in a browser.
Oh, okay. Which is different than what I was thinking when you told me beforehand. That sounds more like the PlayStation service, PlayStation Go.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
PlayStation Now.
I am guessing
there was a PlayStation Go.
Yeah,
there was a handheld.
I'm guessing that they're not going to be debuting and doing a lot of games that are, like Destiny 2 is, I don't know, like 10 gigs or something on your hard drive. I don't see them being able to stream that kind of game. So they must.
Oh no, they could. You can stream PS3 games.
Okay.
Yeah.
Really?
So anyway,
with the PlayStation Now service,
they said that their servers and their bandwidth is big enough that they can handle all that stuff. So,
and actually, some of those services you can do a lot of the processing on its end, so you're not even getting all the information. You're just getting almost like a video stream rather than actually
what
doing.
You need.
Yeah. So that could be cool, especially if it works that way, because then you guys can literally have a Chromebook and do that service.
That's what they said. You can do it on a Chromebook.
That is fantastic.
And a Chromebook is not known, right? It's not known for being a gaming computer.
Yeah, no.
Right.
Okay, now I'm really against this idea because the kids already all have Chromebooks in school.
Yes.
This is just going to end.
And they
bad.
know this.
Attention. Yeah.
Well,
are they provided by school?
Yes.
That's where you lock them down.
Well, schools can do that. They can lock down probably, the service.
Right now, it probably doesn't even matter.
The name of this, by the way, is Stadia.
Oh,
it's called Google Stadia.
Stadia?
Yeah, which is evidently plural for stadium. I don't know. That's just what it said in the article.
Like cul-de-sac.
Yeah.
It's not cul-de-sacs.
So, I didn't know that there was a plural for stadiums.
Yeah, I didn't either.
I thought you would say stadiums. I just said it wrong. It's Stadia.
So at this moment, they do not. They haven't given out games that are going to be on the system just yet, and they haven't gave a price just yet. But they announced it today.
Well, cool. It probably is going to be a subscription service, I would assume.
It is.
Okay. Well, neat. So let's talk real quick before we go into our games. We're going to plug Humble Bundle. If you just like the show and you want to support it, you want to support charity and get lots of cool stuff. If you go to MeepleCore.com, click a big orange link that says Humble Bundle Partner Link. It will take you to Humble Bundle, where anything you purchase on the site will give us slight cutback or kickback. It costs you nothing extra. And you're supporting charity as well. They donated millions and millions of dollars to charity. They have a lot of cool stuff on there. They always have these different bundles and everything. And right now they have a learn a new language bundle. It's like $16 and you get tons of stuff to learn all kinds of languages. George is upset that it does not have Irish.
I am.
But it's got other ones. So check that out. There's other bundles going on as well. Some of them are ending soon, so they may be gone by the time we do this, have this podcast, edit it. And there might be new ones up. There's all kinds of stuff. They even have a store. So check that out. Eric, do you have something?
Oh, no, go ahead.
Oh, all right. So anyway, go to MeepleCore.com, check out our big orange link that says Humble Bundle Partner Link and support the show. Before we move on here, we're going to talk. We got 3 games, right? We got Papua. We have In the Name of Odin and Shadows over Camelot with the expansion Merlin's Company. So the first game we have on this episode is Papua.
Designed by Javier Garcia and Diego Ambañez. Artist is Pedro Soto and published by Devir Games.
So to give a quick summary of this game, it's basically a dice placement game where you are battling over different spots on the board. Storyline, it's like you're going on an expedition to have the better expedition than the other players, I guess. But we don't read stories. So
yes, we do.
Yeah, I do.
Oh, I'm outnumbered now. So just to kind of give you an idea how the game's played, I won't go over all the rules, obviously, but basically there's a track that has an energy. Every time you place a guy, you're going to spend energy. And the game's pretty much going to end when somebody runs out of energy. But as you're playing, you're going to, on your turn, roll dice and place guys out on these different spots. There's 6 different spots. And they're going to give you different things, right? So one of them is a hut, and that's going to allow you to get more dice. It's going to give you more people or meeples or whatever. They're expeditionists or something. It's also going to allow you to set your dice when you roll them. So the way around works is this. I kind of went off on the hut thing, but I should tell you that. So the board is kind of set up each round, and you play you round after round until somebody runs out of energy. There's a couple of other ways it can end, but this is the most typical. So you're going to reveal 3 expedition cards on one of the 6 spots. It's 4 expeditions. And then you're going to reveal some of these tokens on this other spot then you're going to reveal a field notebook card, which is kind of at the end of the round, it'll give you something if you collect it. But it also has some other information on it on how some of the other spots operate. And then whoever has the least amount of energy gets to block one of these 6 locations with an X. And you can't put dice on it throughout that round. So when you start the round, they're in player order, which you're going to do via the most energy to the least energy. The player will take up as many dice as they're allocated through how far you've moved your hut or built up your hut or village or whatever it is. Normally it's you start with 5, I think.
Yes.
You can go up to 10. And so you'll roll your dice. The 6 side of the die, they're just 6-sided dice, but the 6 side is not a 6. It's actually a catastrophe. So it looks like a skull and whatever. And if that happens, then it's a single roll. You have to spend either a coin or an expeditionist, which is really bad, to, subject them to whatever trials and tribulations they went on during the expedition, right? They could just get bit by a snake and die. Or you can pay money to whatever. Anyway, after you roll to save them. Yeah. So after you roll, you kind of pay for that. And then whatever other numbers that you have, you can assign them to the locations on the board. But what's interesting is that none of the locations actually have a number associated with it. One at the beginning will have an X, meaning you can't go there. But the other 5, you get to decide, usually as the first player, or the first person who goes to a space. Like say I have 2 2s, I can take 2 of my guys and put them on the logistics spot. And then I assign the 2 to it because I spent 2 2s. Now the other players will actually have to spend 2s to put their guys there. So going first in the round allows you to probably set a lot of those spaces, and maybe going second allows you to set 1 or 2 of them. And then usually third and fourth player doesn't really get to set much. But anyway, you can spend as many of your dice as you want to put guys out. Each guy that you put out is going to spend you energy, or going to require energy cost. And we'll come back to why that's important other than ending the game. You can also spend coins to modify the dice, either to reroll them or to go up and down pips on the die. And then it's the next player's turn. They do the same thing, so on and so forth. Once everybody has their dice or people placed, then you're going to resolve each spot in order of the number. So you go to whatever was the number 1 and resolve it, number 2, et cetera, et cetera. But basically, there's a hut location will allow you to, as you upgrade it, you will get more dice to roll. You will get more people, and you can also set dice before you roll them for the first or on each round. So if you got 7 dice, you might be able to set 2 of those, then roll the rest. So now you know that 2 of them won't be catastrophes, or they'll be at least the same number or whatever you're trying to do for your strategy. There is the spot for the expeditions. There's like 3 cards that are out, and you're going to bid on those at the end of the round or when that's resolved. And basically you have a player screen that represents the 3 spaces, and you put guys and coins behind each one. This is the one of the battling areas, meaning that like the huts, it doesn't matter who goes there. You can do the action. The expeditions, if you put 1, 2, or 3 guys, you can bid on 1, 2, or 3 spaces. And then everybody reveals, and whoever's put the most stuff, kind of like Revolution, where it's like the guys work first, and if there's a tie, then it goes to whoever put the most coins. Then after that, there's a logistics area that has 2 or 3 tokens depending on the number of players, and that's going to give you clear like victory points or more energy, things like that. Then you have a funding area that will give you money, a fish area that will allow you to fish and get fish because you need fish. As you spend as you spend energy, you'll cross these thresholds, and you have to spend energy, almost like feeding your people kind of deal. There's the field, which both of those spaces, the money and the fish, aren't combative. The logistics it's kind of like whoever has the most, then second most, then third most. The fish and the funding, everybody just gets stuff for going there. The last one is field notebook. That is a battling area where whoever has the clear amount of people there wins, or the clearest, the most, or whatever. So if you have 4 and somebody else has 2, the 4 person wins. If it's tied, no one gets it. And it'll have like a special ability on it that just happens. And you collect that card because of the end game scoring. And then you just do it over and over and over again. At the end of the game, there's a bunch of scoring stuff for like however many fish that you have left, however many coins, how much energy you have left. And then there's a lot of set collections. So those expedition cards that come out will be of different colors, and you collect a set through 2 different ways, either a bunch of the same And then you can use, like, so if you got 5 red cards, it gives you a ton of points.
Different animals, but yeah.
Well, yeah, there are a bunch of different animals and stuff. But they're kind of color coded or whatever.
Yeah.
Either way, if you have 4 state cards, it's whatever. Theme. But if you also get points for having sets of all of the different types.
Right.
So you can use the cards 2 different ways, or you get to use them both ways for scoring. The field notebook cards, the more you have, the more points those will give you. They're kind of a progressive scoring. And I think that's pretty much it for the scoring. And then just whoever has the most points is the winner. Mm-hmm. So, Eric, let's start with you. What'd you think of this?
Oh, yeah.
Actually, before we do that, Matt, have you looked this game up?
Yes.
What'd you think about it?
It looks busy.
It looks busy?
There's lots going on.
All right, fair enough.
There's a decent amount to it. So I do like it. I like you have different ways to score points. You don't really have to go in a linear pattern where there's only one thing you do for points. You could go for cards, or you could get these points throughout the playing the game. I do like that you can mitigate your dice. You are rolling dice, but it's there's not really a bad location to go because you're gonna need coins, you're gonna need fish. Even going get cards, that might not be your main strategy, but it's not bad to go get cards as well because it is worth points. I like the artwork a lot and the theme, and the components were nice. Like the little fish tokens are cut out, so I did like that part of it. Yeah,
that is like a subtle thing you can do in board games. It's just if you're gonna make them chits, like cut them out to the shape that they are, rather than be a circle with just like everything's a circle.
Right.
Of course, it's probably cheaper to do that.
Yeah, definitely.
Because they're making the die cuts or whatever. Mm-hmm. Anyway, keep going.
Yeah. One thing I didn't like is the person with the least amount of
energy.
Energy. They get to X out a specific area.
You didn't like that?
I didn't like it because the person
really? That is fantastic.
I also didn't like it
because you get to determine basically what you don't need, you can prevent other people from getting. So it's like, I don't want cards. So every other round, I'm going to X out cards. I'm going to go for another strategy or something that's, I don't need this round. I think it's pretty powerful, actually. And in a lot of games, there's a big benefit for going first. And that's how I kind of envisioned this game at first. But in this game, I think there's a big benefit for going last.
That's it. That's interesting. I don't think it plays out that way, but it might feel that way.
I have to agree with Eric on this one. And I think, just to clarify, it's the person who has the most energy who actually does the Xing out.
I think it's the least energy. It's the least energy.
It's the least energy.
It's the most energy. They're further up on the track. They go first. They get to play all their dice first.
No, that's right. You're right.
Yeah. But whoever has the least amount of energy, they've used up, they've done more actions basically than anybody else. But they get the power privilege of canceling out an action. Right.
But the difference is so they assign an X to the expedition cards.
Right.
Almost always.
Now,
right. Now, if that's not what you're trying to get points from,
all the other players go for everything else first and set the numbers and everything. And then you're going last. And so you have no weights. You're just at the mercy of what you roll. So if you have enough coins to mitigate it, that's fine.
And I would say to an extent, but with the huts being able to set a die to whatever you want. And like I said, most of the time you roll, you might want, I might want to get a coin this round. And maybe you won't, or you can by using your coins if you have coins. But I feel that there's really not a lot of times where I desperately need to go to this action spot and roll this. It's like, okay, well, I can make do of what I got. There's only 5 different actions or different places that you can go. You X out one of them. There's really only 4 places you can go.
That's fine. I'll point out, though, that the last time we played, I did not block anything, and you beat me by 5 points. And you blocked out something every round.
Right.
That's why I said it feels that way, but I don't think in practice it actually works out the way you're thinking.
Okay. Maybe.
But I mean, we can disagree. I'm just saying that, clearly in the last game we played, I did not mark out anything. I think maybe the first round because I just started last.
Right.
Because it was random.
But you did the whole game being first place and, you didn't, I guess you were still in contention, but you didn't win. Last game, our first game, I was way up there, being first player every time because I thought maybe, hey, there's usually a benefit to that. And you guys killed me in points. So I'm not saying that maybe that will be every case, but I do see a lot of benefits of being last versus being first.
In practice, it may not work out that way, that the same things are X'd out for the same reasons, but I think the feeling is important. The feeling of the game is definitely a big impact on the enjoyment of the game. But also,
I agree.
I think that maybe the issue is that the same person always gets to use the X. If they are the person who's always in the lead for energy, or always has
the least energy,
I should say,
right,
then they will always get to place the X. And that
it never moves around to someone else to get to decide where that's gonna be affected by.
So feeling wise, I agree with you. It's kind of like playing the Dungeons and Dragons board games, where it's like the whole time I'm playing it, I feel like I hate this game because it hates me. And it's like mechanically it works out, but feeling wise, it's not very good. So yeah, I think mechanically it works. But right, I would assume that you're thinking that maybe that should rotate a little bit more than what because it does feel like the game, the turn order almost never changes. Once it's kind of set after 1 or 2 rounds, everybody's kind of spending about the same amount of energy.
Right.
And it's not as worth it to leap somebody unless you're literally going to leap to 4th or 1st.
Right. Yeah. So, middles really doesn't matter that much.
And in practicality, it's very difficult to do.
It is.
Because once you have that separation, everyone is spending about the same amount of energy every turn. So it's hard to actually make any ground.
That's fair. So what did y'all think about the catastrophe thing?
Well, I didn't mind it as much. I know there is a luck element to it.
A lot of luck element to it.
Massive.
I feel that, I know, George got hit by it pretty hard, but I think he still did good for how much he got affected by it. You
got destroyed like 3 or 4 rounds in.
Ask me how that felt.
How that felt.
That was not fun.
That's fair. Right. That's fair. Yeah, it's an interesting mechanism because
it's a push your luck kind of mechanism too.
It's not a push anything.
Well, to an extent it is. You can mitigate it by getting more coins.
You cannot.
There's no mitigation. Coins. Like, okay, can't stop, right, is press your luck because you keep going and then your abilities to move your pieces diminishes as you roll. This is literally, what do I get?
I get destroyed.
I just opened a booster pack and you got the Black Lotus and I got like the forest that was like, or the island that took the place of the rare sometimes.
Yeah,
that's a very early
reason
Magic
I say
joke,
you can mitigate it is you can gather up coins and have coins in hand and not use that for other purposes.
Prepare for it.
As much as you can.
Okay. But here's the thing. If you roll those, let's say you roll 3 of them, they have to be, you have to pay a coin
for each one
when that happens. Right. So now you're losing coins.
And you lost those dice.
And you lost those dice. And then it happens again the next round. Now you don't have the coins because you've just spent them because you had to.
Right.
So you're getting double jeopardy.
It sounds like personal experience.
Yeah.
It sounds like a real life story.
Yeah.
It was not fun.
It's interesting. I think that maybe you should roll them and experience you have to pay or something, but then you could do something to get the dice back. That's the really detrimental part about it is if you have 5 dice, and I get it, the first roll of the game, you're not affected by it, but the second roll of the game, if you roll, let's just say 4 out of your 5 dice is catastrophes. Not only do you spend either 4 dudes or 4 gold, then, or silver or whatever, then you have 1 dice or 1 die to put a guy out.
And try to get coins.
And then
how many
try to get
get
coins.
Right.
Or just not go for coins and go for something else and then not have any coins for next round. So that could, and I guess the average of dice rolls probably will allow it to happen a lot. But if it does happen to you, the whole game is ruined for that person.
Oh, definitely. Yeah. Of course, if you're rolling 6s every time.
But I mean, I guess this is a dice
or a lot
game,
of 6s.
I mean, so some of it you have to kind of expect, but maybe for that one round, kind of it's expected, but it does really kind of snowball on top of you, possibly. So, yeah, I don't know.
I'm going to come off very negative about the game, and it's going to sound like just because I had that experience, but it's not. It's really not, although it was a rough game.
Yes.
So let me start off by saying I love the art.
Yeah.
The art's really good.
The game is gorgeous. It has, even the little meeples have the sort of oceanic Pacific art sort of drawn onto them. So there were nice touches with the art, and the cards are gorgeous, which makes it that much harder.
You're talking about like the VP token,
the victory point token,
and the hut
meeple,
and the energy,
yeah. Just certain meeples were actually decorated, which was nice. But the cards being so attractive, and you want to get them, but it's so hard to get those cards.
It is,
and you don't end up with very many of them by the end of the game. So it makes it more frustrating when you can't. I think, and that was my difficulty with the game, was that it seems like a set collection game. It seems like that's what you want to try to be doing, but it's the cost related to going after that, and the number of times that someone can just say X. Nope, you don't get any cards.
Right.
Yeah, at least there's a second. It feels like there's really only two strategies to this game, and I'm not trying to bash it. I actually enjoyed this game a lot, but the expeditions and then going after the logistic tokens, that literally is like the only things.
Oh, to get points.
I mean, you'll get points from random stuff. I feel like you should have got more points for, like, for instance, you get a point for every 3 energy you have left at the end.
Which is, nominal.
Yeah, it shouldn't have been nominal, because I had literally like 20 something energy.
Right.
Much more than.
And you were at 0.
Right.
So I guess mathematically it probably does work out. But at the same time, like, I feel like if you're not doing that much stuff and you're still doing really well, I mean, you kicked butt. You know what I'm saying? Like, your energy that's left should give you quite a bit. Maybe not 1 for 1, but 1 for 2 should be probably better than 1 for 3.
I don't know. It's a good question, because the balance then would be, okay, I didn't do very much, so I sat back and did nothing, and I get a bunch of points.
Right.
That's a good point. But that means you were efficient.
Either way, it's not satisfying.
No, that's true. Because you're doing less stuff throughout the game.
Yeah.
That makes sense.
I wanted so badly to like this game because it was so attractive. And I think that the reason I didn't is because there's so much luck involved. And I'm not just talking about the initial dice roll. Then when you go to get fish, you also roll dice to see how many fish you get. Yes. And when you go get coins, you roll dice to see how many coins you get.
Yeah. And it's random for each person.
And every one of those spots.
You're guaranteed 1 for each guy that you put on there.
You're guaranteed a few.
Amazing.
Right.
But luck is going to have a play a part, because some people will get more fish than you based on pure luck.
Just on luck, right.
Absolutely.
Yeah,
and then,
definitely.
And then also there are all those places where you compete. And you have no control over what other people roll. You can't be competitive by doing a thing. You just put out more people.
On the competition part is just on how many people that you put in, but never on the rolling on the competitive areas.
Which honestly, I think that I obviously the game would have to be a lot different, but I almost wish that every area was a competition. Like 3 of the 6 areas you compete with other players. The other 3 you just go.
I think that would be really hard though, because if you're competing for money each time, or if you're competing for fish each time, right. I had a hard time getting fish, but I would even have a harder time getting fish if I had to compete with you guys to get fish.
It wouldn't just be a switch the light switch and then make them competitive. But like, stuff like Coimbra has like all these different areas that you're battling over.
Yeah, sure.
And it's doable. I'm saying the game would have to be reworked a little bit, but I'm saying like it would be neat if each area was competitive, but in different ways. Like I like that one area is a bidding area, and another area is like, you know, a tiered, like whoever gets first, second, third, and another area is whoever is clearly the most takes all. Like that's a neat concept. I like that. I mean, I guess now that I'm thinking about it, what else would you do for the other areas? But you know, or maybe like for every guy that you put in this spot, you roll a die, and whoever rolls the highest combination. So more guys, you roll more stuff. Like stuff like that. Like I think it would be neat. It's okay that I guess not every one of the spaces are competitive, but those are the ones that I think I enjoyed the most, because otherwise it's just random worker placement.
Exactly. Yeah. You need more payoff.
Right. Yeah. And like having them be competitive, and you go after it and you beat somebody over it, and then you get a lot of stuff for it. That's a cooler like feeling than just,
everybody get something. With
Agricola, I go somewhere. If you went there first, I'll go somewhere else. In this, it's like, I want to go there. I didn't roll that. You know?
Right.
And that's fine because there's other spaces, but, you know, if it's going to be worker placement, I don't know.
If it's going to be so much random, then the length of the game becomes an issue.
Yes, that's true.
That's fair.
Which I feel this game,
it's a good length.
Yeah, maybe an hour and a half.
Hour and a half, yeah.
So the length of it's not too bad to have enough luck in it, but I see that, the more luck that you have in a game, the shorter the game that you want that game to be, because you don't want to get into something where you just get destroyed by luck and you have to kind of trudge through it.
Yeah.
You don't want to be that middle player who doesn't have the most energy or the least energy. You're just lost in limbo.
You don't get to go first and decide everything. You don't get to go last and decide what to X out.
Yeah.
Although I did like it with 4 players more than 3. Because there's more people to compete in those areas.
Yeah.
Potentially.
So, yeah. I don't know if I'd ever play this 2 players.
No.
It has specific rules, I think, for 2, but we just typically do not play 2-player versions of 3 and more player games.
Hey, also, I did like the aspect of, it does matter which areas you might make going first. Saying like, putting your 2 dice in a specific spot, that is going to go first, which might end up giving you coins so you can bid on something on the cards in on round 4.
Right. And you might see that somebody has a ton of coins or you don't get to see their components, but you might know that they got like 10 coins last round.
Right.
And so if you went first next round,
you could get some coins before that happens.
Or you can do it to where that doesn't, like, you bid on the cards before the coins even happen. Well, no, I guess you would want to do it the other way because you were broke.
Yeah.
They're not.
Yeah, right. Or, you might have the huts go off to get you more guys so you can bid with those guys when you get cards. So that kind of aspect, not a lot of people might think about, but it is a good little
we've talked about it, but I didn't remember it. Mm-hmm. And it makes a lot of sense. I do like that idea that the order of operations does matter in most cases.
Absolutely. Right. That was one of the better mechanisms that was introduced in the game. That's very interesting.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Anyway, it's a good game. Did you ever play their other? They have a lot of other games, but Michael Strogoff.
No, I haven't played that one.
That was pretty good.
I'd like to.
Yeah. Anyway, Matt, what's it look like now?
What, the game?
Yeah, after you hear our crazy stuff.
Busy.
Busy? It's busy?
It's busy.
Still looks busy.
That's fair. It's not too bad once you actually
No, it's pretty easy to learn. There's not a lot to it. I mean, there's, you still have to plan as much as possible in a dice game, but you have to get enough fish before you hit certain areas. You need money for changing your dice or for the catastrophe. So you do have to plan, but there's not it's not deep.
I think it's a good point. If by saying it's busy, you also mean it looks sort of more complex because it's a dice game and it's family weight, really.
Yeah, no, it just means there's a lot you can do, I guess is what I just mean by busy. You got a lot of choices. Y'all are what I've pictured it to be, you're pretty much resonating. It looked like pace. But it is a shorter game. I think it says on the box it's 75 minutes, which is an odd time for a board game to put on there. But
maybe they actually tried to say an accurate time.
Yeah, that or they thought maybe 90 sounded like it turned off people to it or something. I don't know. So
and maybe we are judging it more harshly based on sort of a gamer game when really it is meant to be more of a luck-filled family game. It's just if it is, then the busyness of it makes it difficult because each one of those spots kind of has its own rule set, just in a small way.
In a small way, right.
So it would be harder to learn as a family, maybe just starting out.
Right.
Sure.
Well, the biggest thing I'm a fan of is the fact that, one, it is gorgeous and the components are awesome. They do a good job with that stuff. Yeah. Mm-hmm. And I like that just with Michael Strogoff, there's a lot of game in that small box because it is not a ticket size, ticket to ride style box. It's like a smaller, 8x8 kind of deal, or maybe 10x10. It's a couple inches smaller and it's real thin. And there's a lot of stuff in it. It's the same size as the Michael Strogoff game. So there's I like the game where it's like you have a smaller board, but there's a lot going on. Mm-hmm. I'd rather have a small board with a lot of cool stuff than this massive board that literally is just art. Mm-hmm. Even though art's cool.
Just taking up more space.
Yeah, but I mean.
Just to take up space.
Right, just to take up space. So anyway, final thoughts? Anything else you want to add before we move on?
Just that the art is so nice that even with the feeling of being hard done by the game and feeling that I wasn't in control, I think as a first impression, I'd still like to play the game more. I just
but maybe you had a bad run.
Maybe I did, and maybe there are ways that I could play better. Maybe there are ways I could mitigate better. You know, and the game itself, the game draws me in with that art so much that I still want to give it a few more chances.
That's a good thing. Yeah, we'll play it again for sure. I liked it quite a bit.
Yeah, I liked it, how it intertwined, the auction element, set collection, worker placement an aspect too, and dice rolling. So I liked it overall. Yeah, big thumbs up for me.
Yep, thumbs up for me.
I saw cards with bugs on them. Looks cool.
That's fair. Well, anyway, that is Papua. The second game we're going to talk about on this episode is In the Name of Odin.
Designed by Christoph Zeba. Artist, there's a lot of hard names to say, so I'll pass on it. And it's published by, who did y'all play?
NSKN.
Yeah, NSKN Games, yes.
Yep.
Okay.
So, In the Name of Odin. I don't know why I keep saying it like that, but
that's how you have to say it.
The easy. All right, look, I'm not going to go over all the rules, but I will just give you one sentence. It is the Viking Ticket to Ride game.
Absolutely.
Right? Yeah. So basically you have this massive board that encompasses every single card in the game.
Except you're not building routes.
Okay, it's Viking ethnos.
It's yeah. So I mean, what I mean by that is you just you get cards and then you spin those symbols to do stuff, and you're usually spending a lot of the same color to buy something, kind of like you would in Ticket to Ride or whatever. But anyway, so basically what you're trying to do is get points, and you get points by going on these raids. There's these raid cards that basically require you to have so many of these Viking miniatures. And the Viking miniatures are just 3 different colors. They mean something. Was it like shipwright, warrior, something like I don't know.
Merchants or something.
Merchant was one of them.
Theme is not real strong.
Yes, yeah. The theme. It could be in anything.
Yeah, unimportant. Yeah. But so you can get those guys, and you go on these raids. You get raid cards that give you points, and then once all the raid cards have depleted, and you build a raid deck depending on the number of players. I think it plays up to 5. And whoever has the most points at the end wins. So what you're doing on your turn is pretty simple. At the end of your turn, you're always going to draw back up to, I believe, 6 cards. And then you're going to do your turn the next turn. So you have your hand of cards by the time it's your next turn. And you can do as many actions as you want, as long as you have cards to spend for it. So each card is literally just 2 symbols. There's a top symbol and a bottom symbol. Each one has 3 different colors. The top one is how you acquire Vikings. And there's red, blue, gray, or black, or whatever.
Well, the color on the card is black, but the
miniature is gray.
Yeah.
And the bottom is a helmet, which is like gold, and you have a ship icon or like a sea animal or a sea serpent, which is like purple, and then a green building looking thing. And that's how you buy buildings. So they're very color coordinated, sort of. And when you look at the symbol, it makes sense what they're for if you ever forget. But basically, there's a whole bunch of things that you can do. And they're very simple actions. There's just a ton of them. And there's like no reference card, but we'll come back to that. So you can, and literally most of your actions are on the board. So you've got over to the left, you have a bunch of different action cards that are just displayed. And once during your turn, you can actually swap one of those out. Or you can spend a card to wipe it clear, get new ones, and then trade. So you would lose a card in that, but you're always able to do at least one trade. You can spend cards to get Vikings. So you can spend 1, 2, or 3 of a specific symbol to get 1, 3, or 6 Vikings. You can recruit heroes. There's a line of heroes that you can buy, and they're basically, they have whatever position they are on the board. So the farther away from the draw deck they are, the more, the least or less helmets they cost. The ones that are closest to the deck are the ones that just came out, and they're more, like it's like 4. And you can use the hero's special ability. So when you buy those heroes, they go on your board. You have a player board in front of you, which will have spots for buildings, spots for your ship, your hero, and all your Vikings. And you can spend the Viking hero to either do its ability, but you also need a hero to go on a raid along with a long ship. So if you spend it for the ability, it goes away, then you have to buy another one, but you're going to be constantly doing that. Then there's the construction stuff. You can buy construction tokens, which cost more based on the number of buildings that you have, but you need them to be able to purchase a building that's on display on the board. Those would kind of give you passive abilities and some symbols that you can use passively on every turn. Like it might give you one helmet that you can always use. You can also do stuff with long ships. So you can buy a long ship that's on display, and that will go on your board. And essentially it has an ore value of 1, 2, or 3. That's how far out to sea you can go. And the raids are kind of distant like that as well. So the raids are cards that go out, and as they go out, they have like passive modifiers on the space they're at to make them worth more. You know, so like it might be worth 3 on the card, but it's +2 because it's in the farther position. And so as you go on these raids, your ship will get damaged and it'll take a damage token. You can repair it. You can also, when you do go on a raid, your ship will go face down and you have to bring it back to your, harbor basically by spending, ship icons or whatever. The last thing you can do is, last option you can do is go on a raid. And it basically equates to this. I want to go to a level 1, 2, or a 3 raid. You have to have 1, 2, or 3 ores to match it. Then, okay, you can go there. Now you will spend basically all your Viking miniatures that you've collected to equal what it says, right? So you might need 2 blues, 2 reds, and 3 blacks or whatever. So cool. I did that. And then you are going to get, there's like all the other players have a chance to put a card in, up to 3 cards. So the person to your left gets a choice to put a card in and then draw one from the display. Or they can pass. And then it goes on and on until either 3 cards have been put out, or if not enough players want it to do that, then it gets filled randomly from the deck. And basically what that means is you have to spin cards in your hand that equal those symbols to deny them or get rid of them. And then, so when you go on a raid, you might get 5 points for the raid, but those cards will actually give you either -2, -1, 0, or +1 if you happen to get rid of all those cards. So it's like a little bit of a modifier on the raid, and it's just to show that you didn't really know. You went for a specific mission, but you didn't know the things that might happen during that mission. And then you play over and over and over and over. You keep taking turns, et cetera, until all the raid cards are gone, and then bam, gavel comes down on the table and immediately ends the game.
Yes.
Right.
And then whoever has the most points is the winner. So, Nat, did you check this one out?
Yeah.
What'd you think of this?
I mean, it didn't look too exciting, I guess. It looked okay. I mean, I guess you're building kind of a tableau, like your city thing.
To an extent. You try to, but you don't have enough time.
My concern was, are the cards different enough to feel like you're doing something different than everybody else?
Like the buildings?
Yeah, your buildings.
Well, kinda, and that's only because you only get like one.
Yes, one, maybe 2.
Maybe two.
Maybe
Oh.
2. I don't know why they have 4 buildings.
They have 7 slots available on their sheet.
Right.
Yeah.
You don't have time to get there, though?
Is it
Not
is it
anywhere
5?
close.
I think it's 5. But
it
I mean,
5?
either way, it's a lot. And then
You're not getting them.
There's like 5 styles of buildings, and each spot has maybe 1 or 2, or like 2 different ones in the deck. So there's a decent amount of different buildings and what they do. I don't know if they're like that different, but
Are
they're
nice. They do give you a decent enough ability that you want the buildings.
You're definitely not building a civilization. Let's put it that way.
Okay, yeah. So you don't feel like you have your own little town in front of you.
No.
Oh, okay. That's the way I took it. So
That would actually be nice, but
Much nicer.
right.
Yeah. Now, I mean,
House rule.
Yeah.
maybe if you played this a whole lot, maybe that's a better strategy.
Right.
But
I
it
would
felt
say
way too cumbersome to try to go after them.
right. You would be spending too much time in order to go for one additional building. It does give you some VP.
And a passive.
However, you're really getting
few.
it. Yeah, you're really getting it because throughout the game you want to use that ability, but doing so later in the game when everybody else is raiding, you're that time has ticked already.
That's
and
right.
you have to start raiding because that's kind of where you're going to get the bulk of your XP or your VP.
Yeah.
It becomes a race for raid points.
Yeah.
the other thing I noticed was, do you really need the miniatures?
No, cubes would be
okay,
fine. And the miniatures were okay.
They were bendy.
Yeah,
the soft plastic. I mean, it's easily fixable, but it's annoying to have to fix them.
I don't know if they added enough to the game where just cubes would have done for
I
this
actually
game.
saw where someone replaced it with like shields, coins, and skulls or something. It actually looked kind of neat.
So you take something like Blood Rage, and the miniatures aren't necessary, but the miniatures are so cool.
add to it.
It adds a lot to it.
That's a big difference.
But in this game, it's like there's 3 different colors. Cool.
Yeah.
Right.
Although I will say, as an added benefit and a missed opportunity to add it in the rule book, you can actually use the little spot where you stand all the miniatures with to play King's Tablet.
Or also called Neftafel.
That
Neftafel.
basically it's an asymmetrical abstract game where one player plays guys that start off in the middle and you got a king in the very center and you're trying to get to the edge, where the other player starts off with a bunch of defenders and trying to block your path.
Essentially, it's a Viking game of chess.
Yeah.
In a sense.
Exactly.
Okay.
You could also use it to play an Irish version of that, which is on a one smaller square board.
Yeah.
It's called Branduve, which is Black Raven.
So much culture.
Bam.
Learning stuff.
We will learn you something. But like you can use the miniatures because the abstract games usually come with like black pieces for the defender and like gray pieces for the king player, and then one different color piece like a cream color for the actual king. Yep. There's 3 different miniatures in the game. I'm just saying. I got rid of the abstract version of this. I gave it to somebody at work because I could just bust this game out and play it with it.
And it's a very good game. It's a 2-player game. It's a lot of fun.
Yeah. Eric, you played it. You probably don't remember.
I don't.
Yeah, we played it, I think, like 5 or 6 times, and the defender won every single time.
Oh.
So we don't know how to be the attacker.
Defender's OP.
Not.
Yeah,
Right.
defender's OP.
There are a lot of variants of the game as far as the rules go, so you might want to look
Check
at some
it out.
others. Yeah.
That's fair. Yeah, I just found a copy of it at Goodwill. Like somebody printed a chess or checkers. It was like they printed King's Tablet, and it's like, okay, or it's King's Table, whatever. So anyway, random tangent, but you can play this with just the components in the game. So I thought that was neat.
Nice.
And I really think they should have included a page in the rule book on how to do that.
That would have been simple.
Sure, why not?
That would have been simple, and people would be like, what?
Bonus.
That's awesome. Right?
Yeah,
Right.
why is it on the board if it's not meant to be there?
Right, because it actually has all the symbols on the thing to be able to play it. Like, it shows you where the starting positions are and everything. Just use them like
Weird.
Viking symbols or whatever.
Yeah.
Anyway, back to the game. I didn't mind this game at all. But at the same time, I clearly think that certain things I'm like, that would have been cooler if I could get more buildings.
Yes. It would have been cooler if I could have kept my hero longer than, one raid.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah. So I was like, all right, you want to raid? Go get a boat. All right, get a hero. Go raid, reset everything.
Or maybe
for the
make
next
it to
2
where
turns.
like they have hit points, and when you go on raids, they lose hit points.
Yes.
Or if you use a special ability from them, they also use hit points.
Or how about
that.
you just get to use their special ability and go on a raid? How about that?
You
Yeah.
could, but I mean, like, even if you want to, say for instance, as a card, and it's like his special ability is you get to make another change of a card or whatever, right? Do another exchange. Well, if you have 3 hit points, I can do that 3 times, or I can go on a raid and do it twice, or I can do 2 raid. You know what I mean?
Right.
Like, you can
Right.
use them as almost like action points.
Absolutely.
That would have been cool.
So much
agree.
better. Right.
Yeah.
House rule.
House
Yeah.
rule. The theme of the episode.
I think the way that plays out in the game is that just because you waste your hero, you use your hero,
Almost wasted.
basically
because-
waste it,
Right.
then there's no incentive to pay 3 or 4
Or to get a
to
better
get a hero.
Yeah.
Why not just get the 2 hero every single time? There's no reason not to, or no compelling reason not to. So, and in essence, the game is it's essentially a card game. You don't really need the board. It's nice to have it for Neftoffel, but other than that, you don't need the board at all.
Although
No,
I
you don't.
do like that it has a spot literally for everything.
It does. All the
Everything.
cards.
Everything goes on it. I mean, maybe not discard piles, but you can put those upside down underneath the draw piles.
Yeah. Or buy it.
What?
Next to it.
Next to it.
Or near it. I got
Right.
you. I was like, or you can purchase it, a discard pile?
You can buy it.
Is
Yeah.
that like an expansion? If you want a place to put discard piles.
Oh, and that's an idea. Maybe they will come out with expansions. Like sort of like Abyss is a card game that doesn't really need a board, but there it is. And then they came out with more expansions for it.
Yeah, I bought this game on clearance. So I don't think there's any intent. But I mean, I would be interested in an expansion. Because
If
It's
it
a
makes,
pleasant enough game, but it's
Yeah.
not particularly
it's-
different.
Yeah.
yeah, it's decent, but it's not great.
Right.
Like,
It's,
I'll play it again. I'll probably play it a couple more times.
It's
Like,
easy
I
to
wouldn't be-
teach, and
Yeah.
it's pretty light. So,
Right.
even for probably newer players can even get into this game, I would
Yeah.
say.
So yeah.
Great artwork. I like the box art.
The box art's
are okay.
fantastic. I like the box art.
Oh, and the card art was really good as well.
Yeah.
You mean the heroes only?
Yes, the heroes.
Because all
Oh,
the
the-
other cards don't have anything.
Yeah, the buildings the buildings were all the same, right?
No, they were different, but I mean, like, it was, a
That's a
forge.
different type
All the
of
forges are the
buildings.
same
Right,
look,
right,
but they
yeah.
may
But
have a
they were
different
nice.
ability.
Yeah, they were nice. I would have liked it instead of just having symbols on the cards if they had art on the cards.
Oh yeah,
That would have increased the cost, though.
You mean like the cards you're spinning the symbols for?
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah. Instead of just red, and it was like a blocky kind of symbol.
Even just anything. Ticket to Ride at least has a train on it.
Mm-hmm. That's true. Just a different color train, but it's the style of the train's different and everything. Right. I guess in this they could do it like if the top section, even if you want to put the big red symbol, like put a little scene of a Viking like beating somebody down or something.
Right.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Right. That would have been neat.
Yeah. Just carry the theme through a little bit more.
Yeah. Yeah. But yeah, the theme it's an abstract game with a theme on it.
Yeah.
Oh, definitely.
So, not that that's a bad thing, but
no.
And
when you start adding miniatures and stuff, you kind of throw me off a little bit.
Right.
Like, what's going on here? Are we going to move these things around and kill stuff? No, you're just going to put them on your board.
yeah, I'm gonna spend them for going on a raid.
Yeah.
So not too thematic, and also for a Viking game, I thought there would be a little bit more player interaction. But besides playing a card when someone else goes on a raid, which that wasn't very much.
Right.
Yeah.
Ticket to Ride has more interaction than this game.
Absolutely.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah. And as a matter of fact, you don't even really care about trying to screw the person over. You're like, I don't want this card. Sweet, I get a new one.
Basically,
you're more worried about doing that.
You're only trading your card.
Yeah.
Because it is random. You don't know what they have in their hand. Unless you all kind of, it's like, let's all play a red symbol.
Yeah, pretty much.
They probably don't have 3 red symbols in their hand.
Pretty much in the games that we played, you put down green. Because they don't keep green because they don't want to buy buildings because they're too expensive.
Right.
So they're not going to have greens in their hand. That's what you can't attack them with.
Right.
And you're not even really attacking them because the only penalty is you get a few less points.
Well, if you don't have any of them.
-2 is harsh. But
it is.
Most of the time, it's not going to happen.
Yeah.
A few fewer points, but it doesn't mean that you fail your raid. That would be much more serious.
If you get
that
one
would be
of
serious.
them, if you get one of them, net 0. If you do 2 of them, you or 3 of them. I forgot how it works. I think if you get all 3 of them, you get plus 1.
There's 3. If you leave them all, it's -2. If you get rid of 1,
it's -1.
It's -1. If you get rid of 2 and you have 1 left over, you get 0. And if you clear all 3, you actually get a bonus of plus 1.
Yeah, that's it.
Yeah. So, I don't know. Overall, not bad. The price I paid, I think I bought it for $15. So I am absolutely satisfied with that.
Oh, $15. Yeah.
I mean, I would probably pay $25.
I don't know if I go 25.
It does come with a lot of stuff.
Yeah, it does.
Component wise, it's loaded. Mm-hmm. So, and if you got any other games that uses cubes to move Vikings around and you need replacements, this is a really good one to go after.
Right.
Because I mean, the miniatures are okay, and it comes with tons of them.
Yeah.
But
so, what do you guys think about replayability? You kind of see the whole game the first playthrough, so
I kind of agree with that. Yeah,
you're not gonna find new strategies or maybe new buildings or anything on further playthroughs. So I mean,
the strategy is how fast can you get guys to buy raids?
Yeah,
right. Once the raiding starts, it's a race.
Right. Mm-hmm. Was there any other scoring? Am I forgetting something?
Just the little
at
bit
the end of the
buildings.
game, also you
get
the
points
for
the longbow.
Well, you get like 1 point from the longbow. I'm saying at the end of the game, you get points for your guys that you have left over. The
sets of guys.
Oh, actually, you know what? Let's talk about that.
Yeah.
That was a horrible issue.
Yeah, just because you don't. You kind of can guess on where it's going to end, so you can not mitigate, but you can
prepare for it.
And be like, okay, instead of trying to get something else or buy a building or try to buy a building, gather cards, I'm just going to get a lot of guys this turn.
That's anti-thematic though. I'm just going to sit around and have more Vikings. We're not going to go anywhere and raid anything.
No.
We're just going to hang out.
The biggest army.
I mean, so what? You get 1 point for 3 of a kind. So 3 blues, 3 reds, whatever. You also get 1 point for every set of 3. So like a blue, black, red. Mm. And you can use the same ones for both.
Right.
Although you are limited to 10 models, unless you have
a building that
gives you 14.
Right.
So even with 14, what's the max on that?
I did have max. I forgot. Is that
it's like 10 points or something?
Of course you did, Eric.
6. 10, 11, 12 points, I think.
12 points. But here's the thing. The score track goes to 50.
Oh, and we were nowhere near
and we
50.
had like 20 and 30 points. So we literally had like almost half our points in just that.
In just guys, right.
So that is a problem. That is like the same type of thing that Blood Rage does, where it's like, it doesn't really matter what you get throughout the game because you're going to get 90% of your score in the very last
round.
For doing, anyway, that's a long that's a different
another tangent.
But yeah. So Viking game problems, I guess.
Another call forward. This game is screaming out for house rules because the fact that you just end the game as soon as a couple of other, different things may happen means that those last couple of players who don't get to finish their turn don't get to collect any Vikings.
And right. Like if it's like mid round when it ends, it probably should go to the end of the round. Yeah. They don't have any raids to go on. But
they can collect Vikings. And why not house rule that?
Or, you know what? Better yet, just make it to where printed on the board is a raid that you can always do. But I mean, it's not visible because the draw deck's on top of it. So once you go through the whole draw deck and the cards, and you're like, say the first player finishes the game, then the other 3 or 4 players, if you're playing with 5, have that one raid they can always do for that last turn, or they can pick up guys.
That. Right.
Yeah.
So
another house rule might be every round you draft one of those buildings.
Like just eliminate the.
You just get it. Or
it would change the game, but yeah, it'd probably make it better.
I think the issue with the buildings is that you have to spend more tokens as the game goes on. If you have one building, now you have to spend 2 tokens to get the next building, and then once you have that, you have to spend 3 tokens to get the next building. Why is it exponential?
I don't even know why you should go. Why is the construction tokens a thing? Why not just it's 3 green to buy a building
each time? Period.
Or just +1 for each building you already have.
You only have a hand of 6? So
you only have a hand of 6.
Half your cards just to get one building. Why not have that just be the rule?
I mean, that's fair. But I think maybe if you do it like that, then everybody would just grab a bunch of buildings first couple rounds and then start playing the game. So it might have a reverse effect.
That sounds more fun.
Yeah. But is even if you get those cards anyway. And sometimes, those cards are going to be in shorter supply. So you can use your cards or you can kind of keep them to save up to, maybe next round I get another green card so I can buy a building this round.
Yeah.
If you had it where you were able to get more buildings, then you would have differentiation between games.
Players and games.
The replayability would be higher.
Yes.
Yeah. I don't know if I wouldn't want to switch it to where like everybody had a full tableau of buildings every game. Like having like 3 or maybe 4.
Say that they don't give you VP as well. So if you changed it and they didn't give you VP, but you can get more buildings.
This is like not house rules. This is redesigning the game.
We're going to redesign the game.
Okay,
we're going to make it so much better.
So everybody gets a full thing of buildings, but then for the interactivity, you can attack each other and burn down their buildings.
Exactly.
We'll just add a bunch of Imperial Settlers rules. So, anyway, final thoughts on this.
No. Let me finish it real quick.
All right, go ahead.
So, So if you get the buildings, then you have that option of, hey, I can spend more of my time getting buildings that help me progress through the game, but is not going to get me VP while I'm building these buildings. Or I can not build these buildings, go raiding more often, and kind of have a leg up, at least an early leg up on these other people that are still building buildings.
Yeah.
So,
well, either way, I think that you should be able to get more buildings or be less annoyed with trying to go after them.
Right.
I just don't think they're worth it. Like, it's worth getting one but then past that, it's kind of like,
If you could struggle a little bit, and take extra time.
Unless everybody's already doing that, then you can slow down to do it. But
you really can't because there's not enough green cards for everybody to kind of go after the buildings at one time.
Yeah,
if everybody's holding those cards, it's gonna be hard to get all the green symbols in order to do so.
Yeah. Well, anyway, final thoughts.
I thought it was a pleasant card game. I think it could be, just a sort of a filler kind of experience, not unpleasant at all. It has its issues, but I did like it.
I put it's an appetizer game. It's like,
it's not even an appetizer. This is like a snack because after it's more than a snack, but you play it later in the night when you don't want to learn a heavy game.
Yeah,
and you're like, that's cool. Let's bust this out. You don't have to really learn that much,
right?
Because it really is a pretty light game for what's going on. Mm-hmm. There's a lot of stuff that you can do. My only wish is that it had reference cards on all the actions. Even though most of them were on the board, some people didn't remember to, flip your long boat down and you had to pay to flip it back up or to repair it and stuff like that because there's no spot on the board for that to happen. I guess maybe they could have put that next to where the tokens go, which have a spot. Everything has a spot, which I like about the board. So, well, anyway, Matt, anything you want to add before we move on?
Yeah. Odin.
In the name of Odin.
I'll add one more thing.
Go ahead.
Yeah.
Is the research that they did for the different raids, I thought was really good because those were actually, places that were famously attacked by Vikings. So that was pretty cool.
Theme.
I about fell out of my chair when one of the cards had scaries on it in Ireland, and that's where my family is from. And like you
did attack it.
I did attack it, and I did burn it down, but
it's cool.
That would be.
It's a game.
It's all right.
No hard feelings. All right, cool. Well, anyway, that is In the Name of Odin. And the final game that we have for this episode probably does not need an introduction, but is the classic game, Shadows over Camelot, and we're wrapping in the expansion Merlin's Company as well. We played this quite a bit, and Matt, just tell us the details.
Yeah, designed by Bruno Cazala and Sergei Legay. Artist is Cyril Dejeune and Julien Delval, and published by Days of Wonder.
Cool. I'm going to assume everyone in the world probably knows how to play this. And if you're looking for a review or how to play, you're not watching this video anyway. So we're not even really going to explain how to play the game.
No way.
Basically, you already know Shadows of Camelot. Although I will explain a couple of things from the expansion.
Right.
Because I think the expansion is kind of hard to find and not a lot of people may have played with it. So the first thing it adds is a lot more black cards to the evil deck, and they are very harsh.
Witches.
The witches, yeah, they are very bad cards. Way worse than any of the special cards that are in the base set. It also adds a lot of white cards that give you a lot of cool abilities, such as, I don't remember all the white ones actually. I think I know some of them, but I don't want to point them out and get them wrong. But I do know that there is a fight card that has a question mark, and you decide when you play it. So I thought that was a really cool addition. The biggest thing it adds, another thing it adds actually is another character card for every one of the player colors, except for King Arthur. King Arthur always has to be the same character. Otherwise, it adds a new character, which comes with two. It's like yellow. He comes with 2 cards, and then every other color character comes with a second card. So now
you can play it up to 8.
You can play it to 8, and you're not always forced to use, like if you're the purple guy, I don't remember their character names. You have 2 different characters you can play with the purple miniature. They're actually different names, and they have a different special ability. Mm-hmm. The last thing that adds, which is probably the biggest thing, is Merlin. And he has a travel deck. So anytime you choose to move to a quest, you have to flip over a card from the travel deck first to see if you can probably not move.
Right.
There's a couple of cards that say nothing happened. There's a couple of cards that Merlin will travel with you and be at that quest. And then most of the other cards are bad. You'll get captured and have to spend cards to fight your way out. You might have to fight a siege engine because it spawns randomly because it's an MMO now. Mm-hmm. There's a couple of other ones. Yeah. Ambushed.
Where someone else has to spend their turn playing a white card to...
sacrificing a special white card to let you out. So it's like you went to jail.
Yeah.
Don't collect $200. When Merlin is on the quest and you're there, you get to draw a white card on your turn as a free action. So it's pretty important to get him to where he moves into a quest that you're trying to actively try to finish.
Right.
Because then if there's multiple people there, then everybody gets a lot of cards and it's, fun times. So the other thing, just to point out with the 8 players, is that in 8 players, there will be 2 traders, I believe.
Could be.
Could be? No, I think it is for sure. In 7, it's possibly 2 more. It's always 1 with the possibility of 2.
We played with 7?
We played with 7.
Okay. Sorry. Yes.
Yeah. So in 6 players, there's a possibility of no traders. And in 7, there's always 1 with a possibility of 2. And then 8, there's always 2 because you use all the loyalty cards. If I miss anything else, we'll just bring it up. But pretty much that's what the expansion adds if you have not played that, which I guess, did you play with the expansion before that?
No, that was my first experience with the expansion.
All right, well, let's just start off with how we thought about the expansion. We've played with the expansion a few times now and a lot without it, but let's talk about the expansion. What was your first thoughts since this is your first time playing with it?
For me, I thought it added a lot to the game. Merlin, I felt like he might have done more for us, but because he's Merlin after all. But in terms of getting the white cards, in terms of having the ability to mitigate those very bad cards that were the witches, it felt thematic. It felt like, okay, he's done something really great for us. And we had to pay a lot for it. So the travel deck, as much as it was a frustration and it was overwhelmingly negative,
I felt that way anyway.
I think it's necessary. I think it's necessary when you have so many players. There's just so much going for the players that it would be unbalanced if it didn't have that extra bad thing. going on.
Which is cool, because at first you were like, I don't like this at all.
Right. When it first started happening, it seemed like, what is going on? We're going to get crushed.
Yeah.
But once we started, as players, getting a head of steam, then it seemed like, oh yeah, so we do need this.
Yeah.
And all in all, I think I'll play with the expansion.
Do you have it, or?
I do have it. I've just never used it.
Oh yeah. I think I kind of like what you're saying with that. And I like that it adds, the other player cards as well. Because that is, it's just super cool that you have different abilities. Although I think that a couple of them are clearly better. So we always randomize it. So if you get if you get the purple character, we usually just draw a dice, and then whatever color die you get, that's the character. And then you roll it 1, 2, 3, you get this card, 4, 5, 6, you get this card.
House roll.
House roll.
House roll. Yeah.
I like it.
Oh my God, I added a house roll.
Yes, you did.
I remember this from when we talked about it in the topic.
All right.
Yeah.
When you were talking about having 2 character cards, I thought you were going to say that if one character always gets stuck in a certain role, like you're the catapult fighter, have fun the rest of the game.
Right, because you're going to be doing the same thing throughout the whole
Yeah.
Then it's nice to have a different
game.
option.
Yeah. So, yeah, I mean, I guess I don't remember how it says to pick. I know it for sure says that either you choose to use all the new cards or old cards, or you can also choose to, pick, like, whatever character you get, you just choose which card to use. So the house rule is, yes, roll the die to pick the card for you.
Okay, just thought of a house rule. What if you go on a quest and you fail a quest, then you get to choose the other character?
Oh, this guy sucks. Get him out of here.
Exactly. Tag him out.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, I guess the special abilities, I don't know. I guess like the interesting thing about it is each game you play, the special abilities, I think, kind of also define the game, because it does add a lot of strategy on what's going on. But some of those are clearly not fun. They're not fun. I mean, some of the, like the catapult one is probably not fun. It's a good special ability, but it does not lend itself to a very fun experience.
Well, unless that's what you like. If you like
being
going
mindless,
if you just like, it's like, I just like sitting here and taking out catapults.
Well, I guess though, if
And I
you
roll
get it
really low.
if you get it, then you act like you hate the game, but you're really the traitor.
Yeah. And you roll the dice and you're like, oh man, I rolled too high.
Yeah, but
I don't have that much.
Yeah,
Waste a lot of your turns.
I don't know if I want to be the traitor and go after that. I want to be like Matt.
Yeah.
So, Matt, this is on your top 10.
Yes.
I don't think it's on yours, is it, Eric?
No. Mm-mm.
Yep.
Yeah.
So, do you like it better without the expansion, better with the expansion?
I could probably do it either way, but I do like it with it.
That's fair.
It's even being the trader, and like I said, it was frustrating to watch all the loyal players just constantly draw cards because they're all piled up at the same spot with Merlin. But you know, even though we lost, it was still a close game.
It was very tight at the end.
It was very tight. So and if Merlin wasn't there, I think the traders could just steamroll. Probably the
That's
loyal
fair.
people. And
I actually think that was a concern that the expansion addressed, was eventually with more players, the good side had a better chance.
right.
Oh, you think so?
Oh, clearly.
I agree.
Yeah.
Oh.
And that's also why they added so many really harsh special black cards to the game.
Like everybody takes a hit.
Yeah, or like draw 3 of them and do them all, or whatever it is.
Why couldn't they come out?
Yeah.
I was waiting for it.
And I think that, I don't remember if the original game had any of these cards, but the ones that are global passives that come out and say like the next time a quest has failed,
You get
like you
extra
suffer another black sword
or something.
Right.
Or you
Yeah.
can't use any Merlins until,
like I don't remember if those were in the game. I think those are expansion cards.
I think so too.
I think so because I think you told me the heroism card was an expansion.
Is it?
I
that's-
thought you said it was, and it's kind of like the opposite, where I could put it at a location and you can get double the white.
Right.
So it would make sense, I guess, if it kind of came with the same.
Yeah, that makes
expansion.
sense. We played it so much with the expansion now, I kind of forget which of the actual cards that are in the decks come with it.
Right.
But it's, the witches for sure. There's like 7 witches and they are pretty bad.
Brutal.
Yeah, maybe not all of them, but most of them are really bad.
Well, they progressively get worse, I guess, through the 7. Right.
I thought that, but I think maybe some of the middle ones are not as bad, but it seems like they get worse if it's like witch number 1 versus witch number 7 or whatever, vice versa.
Right.
And it can be a bit situational.
Right.
Yeah.
Sure.
So I don't know. It's, you know what's weird is this game is out of print and it's super hard to find apparently.
That was it.
Do you mean the expansion or the actual game?
Both.
Really?
Yeah. Like, why would I don't know why you would let this game get to that position.
Right.
I'm gonna see. Let's see. I mean, Eric. What did you think about this game?
I do have a couple of negative points that I kind of put out there too.
And blasphemy.
Right. I feel like a lot of times on your turn you don't get to do a lot. Like your turns are really quick, which is kind of good, I guess. But also, a lot of times you don't do a lot. You might just fight a catapult. All right, that's the end of my turn. And also, I feel like there's a lot of times where your turn is net zero, meaning that you do something, you put out a catapult, and then you fight that catapult and get rid of it. Well, nothing really happened in your turn,
right?
Because you put one out and destroyed it. Or,
well, realistically, everybody's turn's very basic.
Right.
I'm going to put this one on the spot. Bam.
And then on top of that, I don't really feel that you have a lot of actual choices. Like, all right, I'm at this quest. This is what I'm doing every time when it gets to my turn. So there's not, on your turn, you're not I could do this or this or this. You're doing like, you already know what you're going to be doing every time.
True. I think the game
is meant to
be like the social aspect.
Exactly. I think it's, and you're not supposed to feel like you're really gaining on the game, and you just feel like you're not doing nothing.
The whole game you're collectively playing poker, but talking about it. I mean, you know what I'm saying? Like that's all you're doing like most of the game.
Absolutely.
And if you don't like that part, that's fine. I guess. But that's just, I think that's what the game lends is. It's more of a social thing. The game is really super basic. There's nothing to it really. But
yeah.
You're not actually questing. You're not actually
right,
doing anything heroic.
Right.
Because a lot of it is the decisions on how you do the progression of evil.
Sure.
I think I should draw a card. No, I think you should put down a siege engine. Is it sacrifice of life? I don't want to go down to one.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah. So it's a lot of like social aspect on that. And then the heroic action is kind of like, well, you already knew I was going to do this. So,
right. Yeah.
There we go. There's about one card that I'm here for.
Right.
Yeah.
That's an interesting point. So all the games that came after this that have traders in them, like the Resistance or something like that, they do everything in a much smaller footprint in a much shorter space, but then they don't have the gorgeous components and they don't have the theme of King Arthur at all. If that's something that you enjoy, then this is a game that's really going to click with you.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. I would say if you haven't played this, you would do yourself a favor and obtain it somehow. Because apparently on Amazon, there's offers for $150.
Huh, wow.
So, nope. And the expansion is $165
itself.
Wow.
Wow.
Yeah.
I'm selling one.
Yeah.
Yeah. Just proxy that.
Yeah. If you need this game, email George at
george.breden@gmail.com.
I bet Camelot. I wonder if on Board Game Geek Store people have it up for a lot cheaper.
I'm sure over Amazon.
Yeah.
Yeah.
See, like $25.
Do what? That's a pretty big difference.
25. That's 2005. I mean, English edition. Played 3 times. Very close to like new.
There you go.
I don't know. People are just nuts. I think Amazon is literally not the place you go to price anything.
That's a good point.
No.
Do you hear me? Half price books.
Right.
Thank you.
Of course, off market. Like it fits from Amazon. It's usually in stock and normal pricing.
Yeah. Well, anyway, so I mean, I guess we don't have to add too much more to this unless you have anything else to.
No, I just like I would say I like the trader aspect to this game because it is kind of easier to kind of blend in with everybody and then kind of pounce at the end.
I would say that I've always been worried about.
You are pouncing. It's a pounce.
I've always been kind of worried about being the trader. It's actually fairly easy.
Yeah,
you can
you blend in.
You blend in easily as long as you aren't making crazy decisions outside of.
As long as you don't go after Lancelot's armor.
Yeah. Well, you don't want to play.
I even got a group okay on that one though. That's what was weird.
But then you went back.
Yeah. Well, y'all didn't catch that till too late.
I was like, what? What's Matt doing?
You're wasting time over there, Matt.
It's because Sierra was way more obvious.
She was a little obvious, but that's all right.
Eric and I were like, what? Letting that slide over there. Yeah. I do like, out of all the times we played, that's the first time we actually had 2 traders. We played it a lot of times with 7, but there's always been one traitor. So I really like this because the two traitors don't even know who they are.
Right.
Exactly.
It's not like Werewolf where they get to lay down and
look at each other real quick.
then look at each other.
Right. That's probably good because the game's hard enough that you don't need.
Yeah, which I don't even.
You know, coordinating.
Yeah.
I don't see really. You don't even need to know the other traitor to kind of work with each other.
You
in
don't.
This game, yeah.
No.
You just need to not play optimally.
Exactly.
Right.
Right.
So.
One more call forward.
Yep.
Another house rule. There's a card that comes in the Merlin deck that says captured, and it means that you have to put your figure on it, and you don't get to do anything until somebody else comes and plays a card. To
Like spins a
save
white
Takes-
card.
right.
Yeah.
Right. You can't spend that card yourself.
Exactly.
Somebody else has to come and save you.
Right.
So here's an issue. What if I think for sure that Matt's a traitor and he gets captured? I can just leave him on that card. I don't have to save him at all. And I can convince everyone else to just leave him on that card the rest of the game.
You could.
And it becomes the sort of Battlestar Galactica problem where you've been put in
Does it
jail.
skip their turn, I guess?
What can they do?
Yeah, I think it does.
Or-
I think you're captured. You lose your turn until someone
Forever.
Yeah.
Well, I don't know.
Releases
I don't
you.
know rules wise, but I think that at any point you can reveal yourself as a traitor.
Oh, is that right?
Oh.
I think you can. Yeah. I don't think it actually costs an action. You can just be like, maybe so, maybe not.
Of course, if I'm wrong about him being a traitor.
I
then-
used a card that specifically said reveal yourself.
But it gave you an ability for doing it.
Right. It gave me an ability to do it.
I can't remember, but that is an interesting problem. I think if you were to house roll it, just maybe you can't spend the card that turn, but you can spend it next turn, and that's all it does. So you essentially lose a turn.
Or if I was the traitor and I knew he wasn't a traitor, let's say somehow, or if, I suspected he wasn't a traitor, but I could convince everyone else that he was a traitor and we could just
There you
lock
go.
him out
Right.
the rest of
Well,
the
that's
game.
part of the game.
Yeah.
That's true. That's true. He has to have a compelling argument against it.
All right.
Yeah, we captured him.
So, you don't,
I gave you 4 grails in.
so no need for a house rule then. We don't need to.
Right.
Yeah, I think the social element, when any game that's the weird thing about games with a lot of social element, you almost can self-balance just based off of that.
That's true. Because I would feel bad enough for him eventually that even if I thought he was a traitor, I'd go light him out.
It's like, you know what? Maybe you aren't the traitor.
Yeah.
Maybe you aren't good. I'll let you out. And then it makes you look like a good guy.
Exactly.
So, yeah, interesting. All right, final thoughts.
No, I liked it.
No, good. Yep.
Still on your top 10, Matt?
Yep.
Cool.
Still a great game. I was going to sort of walk back what I said about the Resistance and games like that coming out after it and maybe supplanting it. I don't think they have, because there's the Shadows of a Camelot card game, which I also have. I've played it once or twice.
It is terrible.
It's terrible.
Awful.
It is terrible.
You need the full game to have the experience. So
Yeah.
the smaller version isn't necessarily
That's
an
like-
improvement
Is it
at all.
enough?
Shadows over Camelot memory.
Memory maths.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
It should come in that little memory box for like the kids and stuff. Anyway, so yeah. Anyway, that is Shadows over Camelot with the Merlin's Company expansion. All right. So for the meat of the episode and what we have teased literally on every game that we've talked about so far, it's house rules in board games. House rules are obvious. It's basically rules that aren't in the rule book that you add into a game just to fix or to do something that you would like better. For instance, a very common one is in Carcassonne, you'll draw your tile at the end of your turn. That way you have all the other players' turns to think about where you're going to put it, instead of the rules in the book where it says on your turn, draw a tile and then play the tile.
I think they actually even added it as a variant in the rulebook now.
Oh, did they?
Right.
In the newer printings
Second
and stuff.
edition
Yeah.
or whatever. Mhm.
Yeah. So anyway, we're going to turn to George on this one because he is our house rules guru here.
I love house rules. I
Yeah?
house roll just about everything.
And why not?
Are there any, let's start off with this. Are there any games so far that you have not added house rules to on purpose? Like it's so good that you're like, I won't house rule this.
Yes, absolutely.
Oh yeah.
There's no reason to do so.
There are a lot of games that I think are so well done. Inish would be an example.
That's fair.
No, although I think we house rolled.
I think we did house rule, didn't we? When
Because we
last
played it
time?
like 3 players and we didn't remove the cards.
Oh, well,
that's true.
That's just for player count, though. Okay, no, you got me.
Yeah.
But
That was just a small one.
I'll come up with a different example. No, that's one of the reasons I house rule is because
Right.
if there's something that's really fun in a game, like all those cards, I want to have it all in the game.
Right.
And if in Inish, when you have 3 players, you don't play with all the cards. But my house rule is, yes, you do, because they're all fantastic. Why would you take any of them out?
I mean, in that case, it makes sense because there's really no reason. I feel like the rule is super arbitrary.
There's probably a reason.
What's the reason?
I don't remember the cards offhand right now, but I'm sure there's a reason in the designer's head to take out those cards. Maybe they work out. Maybe it's too powerful with a lesser player count or whatever.
But you don't take out specific cards, do you?
Yes, you do.
Oh, in that case, yeah, that might be some weird. We've played it 100,000 times.
And we saw a problem with this.
We saw a problem. You're probably not going to run into this for a very long time, but yeah. Right. So maybe it's one of those things.
And it could be.
So maybe after a long time of doing the house rule, like, whoa, okay, yeah, I could see why he would remove this one card. But it's probably not that evident.
Probably not, because I've played it 3 players quite a lot using the house rule, and we've all loved it.
That's fair.
So
yeah, I mean, it worked out well.
Okay, so that wasn't a good example. Let me try another.
You don't have to think of it off the top of your head. We can come back to that.
Because the last few I thought of didn't. I also house rolled.
Yeah.
So let's talk about, okay, obviously you said why your house rule. I'm not a huge fan of house rolling. And the reason is probably not because I don't like house rules. It's mostly because I review games. And so like playing the game naturally allows me to be as subjective against the game as possible. Because if we play a game with a house rule, it's like, that was really fun. Oh, because the house rule fixed it. Wait a minute. So I can't really hit the game with it. So I'm not opposed to all house rules.
Sure.
But in general practice, I don't like playing with them specifically because if it's a game I plan on reviewing, especially.
And I understand that. If it's the first time I've played a game, playing it without a house rule is just makes sense. You want to see what the game is really like.
Exactly.
Right. And that's what I was going to add as well is I the first time playing it, I want to kind of play the game as intended.
Yeah.
And then go from there. It's like, all right, adding this house rule, I do believe will add to the enjoyment of the game. So whenever it adds the enjoyment of the game, I believe it's it's not a bad thing to do.
And I feel like there's one house rule that's always an auto include. If there is enough player power cards, always give somebody 2 and let them pick.
Sure.
Well, first off, if you just said deal out a power card to each person, you suck. That you did not design that well.
Right.
That is silly and it's absurd. Like you would have to make sure that every special ability is like it's StarCraft. Like it is so balanced that 400 million people have played it for 20 something years and won't let it go. You know what I mean? Like, anyway, that was a StarCraft joke. With you. But so other than that, like usually house rules. Yeah, I do agree with you. Like you don't touch house rules on the first playthrough because you don't know anyway. I mean, it's kind of like you might do yourself a disservice.
Right. That's yes.
But
maybe the first few playthroughs, but once it becomes apparent that there's something amiss, then absolutely. And I think Board Game Geek is a huge resource for this because you have, so many people playing the game. And if you notice 5 people have said, well, this is an issue.
Yeah.
Then maybe just go ahead and fix it.
And plus some of those house rules, like you're talking about with Carcassonne, I mean, if a lot of people like it so much and it just makes sense, they'll add it to the printing too. Mm-hmm. So anyway, what's some of your favorite house rules? Actually, before we do that, Matt, what do you think of house rules? Because I think George said, what do you think about house rules?
I mean, I'm good with them. And even sometimes if it wouldn't make sense to other people, but maybe it works with the play group. Even if it sometimes maybe you got to nerf something Eric does. I don't know. Maybe there's just something. Strategy. Yeah, maybe there's just something broken within the play group, and you feel like
Eric something is broken
to a point. That might be a little extreme, and maybe that person wouldn't care for that, but. I'm fine with it as long as I guess everybody agrees with it and they're okay with it.
I have butchered this episode's layovers or splash screens. I had to change it just now.
Is it because your little box is over it?
Yeah, I probably should make this smaller. Well, it's because since we have 4 people, I'm not right next to the monitor now.
It's my fault.
It's not your fault, but anyway. So I have the splash screens in OBS. It's an open broadcast system program that most people use for streaming. But we're recording it, and then I'm putting the overlays between each topic, and I've forgotten to do it in the last 2 things. So awesome. Either way though, in post editing, I'll fix it and you'll never notice that I did this, except you'll just hear us talk about it and be like, what? So anyway,
So some of my favorite house rules. I didn't really come up with a list of my favorites because I house rule just about everything.
That's fair.
So, well, what I did do is I came up with a list of reasons why I would house rule, and then maybe just a couple examples from each of these. The main reason, as Eric said before, I think is just for fun. Just because that's how you like to play the game. It just makes it more fun for you, you know. And if everyone agrees, like Matt said, then absolutely. So one other thing, fixing a problem with the game. If the game has an issue that bothers you, for example, in Everdell, there's the meadow cards. They don't churn very fast, and there's this huge deck of them. So if you have a certain strategy, you might be looking for certain cards. If they don't come up in the game, that's just not as satisfying.
Kills that strategy.
Yeah. So I house rule to have more churn. Certain cards are going to be going away. Certain cards are going to be coming in as the game goes along. And then there's also
coming back to that real quick.
Variants for that.
With Everdell, have you noticed or looked up like the percentage of people who like that and dislike that? Like, is that a huge thing that people are like, whoa?
I think it's a fairly, yes, it's something that a lot of people have mentioned, but I don't know the percentages. It's just, again, I think it'd just be who I played with. If those people felt that it was,
I see what you're saying.
The percentage of people I play with, you know, if that's something that they agree with, then absolutely we're going to do it.
That's fair.
But if somebody comes in and says, I can't play with this house rule, I'm not going to insist.
Okay.
Right. I guess it's, maybe I'll play a different game.
That's fair.
Or, you know, just depends on the night, I guess, and who it is. So fixing a problem would be one thing. Okay. Another thing would be something that almost everyone can agree on, like you were saying, to decrease downtime. If it's just something that decreases downtime, like Carcassonne, absolutely.
Right.
Yeah.
Throw that in there. Something along those lines that I think a lot of people agree with, maybe not everyone, is something to have an offset for turn order. Person who goes first, and then the person who goes second gets a little something, and the person who goes third gets a little something more.
Right.
You know? And something, if it's a game that is a racing game, like, for example, Dale of Merchants, which is an excellent deck builder kind of race game, I threw in a rule where you get coins that you can spend at the market. You know?
Because in the game how it is, it doesn't offset that imbalance of whoever goes first.
Right. And so, you know, the first player gets nothing, the second player gets 1 coin, and they can spend it during the game at any time to just add 1 to their market total. And the next player gets 2, and the next player gets 3. And that's it. That's, you know, it's just a simple something.
Right.
It doesn't have that otherwise?
It does not.
That's fair. I do like stuff to offset the ability to go first or not. If it makes sense, obviously.
Right.
Yeah. And that's kind of a typical one. Another reason I would use the house rule is to just increase the prominence of the fun parts of a game. Like if a game has certain bits that are just way more fun than others, then
let's
maybe
do that more.
Let's do more. Yeah.
I guess a clear example of that would be something like Cashing Guns, even though we haven't played with the expansions, but all the guns are special ability cards that you get at the beginning of the game. So, all right, let's stack this deck to where we're playing with all 8 of the special guns.
Right. Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
Another example would be Heroes Wanted, which is a game where you put some cards together to become.
This game sucks.
The heroes. It does not. It's a very good game.
but our scenario was bad. Yeah. We did the opening scenario. Well, we kind of looked through the other scenarios and figured it might be more fun.
That's fair. That's fair.
We played the opening scenario.
Okay.
Tangent. Did you like the silly thing about like the little quirks or whatever?
Half of them.
Agreed. Okay, there you go. Like some of them are really funny, but it's like, oh, come on.
Some of them are just onerous.
Yeah.
And then I take those out. House rule. They're gone.
Oh, yeah. See, that would fix it.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
They're so funny that you kind of want to include them, but I would.
Or some are just stupid.
They're dumb anyway.
Right.
Yes, absolutely.
I think they put them in there specifically to get people at conventions to do stuff, so that people are like, what are they doing? And walk over.
Yeah.
So anyway,
I think part of the fun of the game, or a big part of the fun of the game, is actually putting your character together and putting the villain together and seeing what comes of that. But it only happens right at the beginning of the game. So if I house rule it so that halfway through the game, you can have like a costume change or, you know, get bit by a radioactive spider or whatever, some reason, if you can come up with a story for a reason as to why you can suddenly change out your hero card and have a new draft, that's just more fun.
Yeah.
That's fair.
And with the villain as well, of course.
I think it'd be cooler if he had a guitar.
Right. So yeah, that would be one. Another one would be just to add a fun part to a game if it didn't have it. Simplest example of this would be to add the requirement of story elements to a game. Like, okay, you did these things during the game. Now the game's over. Now you have to put that together and give a little story as to why you did that or how it worked out or something like that. Mm-hmm. You know, just added. It's just added straight onto the game, but it doesn't really change it.
No. That's fair. I guess that's not really a house rule though, because it's not like it's a clear mechanic that's added that changes anything, right?
No.
That's just a fun little, that'd actually be a fun thing to do in role player at the very end. Once your character's designed. Have you played role player?
I have not.
Well, like you build your character as you're playing the game basically, but at the very end, you like talk about how your character progressed to get to that idea.
Yeah, and what journeys he's been into. Yeah.
Well, all right. So we played role player, and it's kind of like D&D where you're building your character or whatever, using the D&D mechanism from the old school of D&D. So it's like paying homage to that as a rule set, though.
Right.
Anyway, when we were done, I got the character and I built a third edition character, and I made Matt one of our episodes. We actually had a segment where
I remember that.
I was like, "Here's your character sheet. This is based off your role player character that you made." So there's like a halfling something
kneecapper. Is that his name? He was a pit fighter.
Oh, that's great.
And he went around to different villages pit fighting.
That's your ultimate house rule right there. We play a game based off the game that you just played.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, that'd be fantastic. That's a big addition. And then once you did that, you could then have a situation come up where, okay, we're going to play role player again. Let me tell you about my other role player character.
Right. Yeah.
No, please don't. So another rule, or a thing, not a rule, but like a reason I would add would be even to combine two games together. Example of this.
That'd be interesting.
What?
Okay, for example, you have a game like a la carte, which is a cooking game, which is kind of dexterity based, and you shake little salt shakers to put cubes into your food, and it's fantastic.
All right.
That actually sounds fun.
Okay, we have to play it. But that's a fantastic game. But you could very easily add in another dexterity food based game, which is, I can't remember the name of it now, but it's this barbecuing game. Like
dexterity sushi challenge or whatever, 3,000.
3,000.
You have these, yeah, exactly. Chopstick mega dexterity 3,000. Or this one that I can't remember the name of, but you have these tongs that you have to get these things off of a grill, right? And
off that pan?
It's an outdoor grill, like a barbecue grill, but you have to use these tongs to get things off of it. And it's just another extra little element, but you could easily put the two together, and now you have this larger game.
You're kind of making your own game.
You're just mashing two together.
Yeah, combining two games and
right, because like it'd be like taking something like Yahtzee, but adding a set collection amount of cards that you can spin the dice on. So it's like you take two games that are very simple and make them into a bigger game.
Right, but it requires a couple house rules to make it integrate.
And then you just retheme it and sell it, and then you can't.
Right.
Yeah, break it. Matt's like, we found our new thing.
Yeah, I'm thinking Captain Sonar and was it Dr. Panic or whatever?
No.
Oh yeah, wow. Yeah, genius. Yeah. So it could be
ridiculous, but
not necessarily. Not necessarily. You know
the shoot one of your guys that you have to get up and do surgery on him.
He's making it work right now.
Okay, what is the novel where they go in a little submarine inside the body?
Inner Space?
No, the Magic School Bus.
Magic School Bus.
I didn't know if it was a movie or not.
I was right. I wasn't wrong.
Dennis Quaid.
No, well, yes, I know what you're talking about. Inner Space, right? Magic School Bus. I was thinking Jules Verne, something. But anyway, it doesn't matter. You could put the two together that way because you're in a sub.
Yeah.
And you're
going through
medical
the body.
stuff.
Yeah.
Perfect. Okay, somebody do that.
This is a fun actual topic would be literally everybody bring like 20 different names of games, and they'll like fold them up a piece of paper, and we'll all throw them in a basket and shuffle them, and then on your turn you have to draw two and then mash them together
and do a pitch.
Yeah. Or maybe like everybody will do that, and then somebody will start, and the other people can think while the other person went. But
But wait, there's more oil.
Yeah.
I like it. Another reason to have house rules is to keep all the parts of a game that are out there in play, so that an example of this is the game Coldwater Crown, which is a fishing game. And so you have these challenges, these trophies that you can win. And what they did recently is they said, well, here's this new challenge that you can go for. In order to put it into the game, you have to take this part of the game out.
Oh,
but there's no reason. Why not just have it all in the game? And now you have more trophies to go for. it's not really what they say to do, but why not?
We've really hit on in some games, like for instance, was
that Dwarven game,
the Pyramid game,
Valley of the Kings.
Valley of the Kings,
where you take parts of a game out.
Yeah, it's like play with this set of cards or this set. No, I won't even buy. Yeah. I'm not buying the other one now, specifically because of that. I guess I could in a house rule, but the problem with house rule on that is like you can't. It's like you play with all the blue cards from one set or the other, or red cards, and you can mix and match. But you couldn't like swap them in and out because I think
they dilute the card.
Some of the cards could get diluted. Some, you can run into some issues because it's a deck builder. But I mean, that's just too much work. And I don't.
It is right.
I don't like buying expansions that eliminate parts of the game just to add in new stuff.
I'm with you.
Yeah, that is super annoying. That's probably globally is something I don't like about games.
Yeah, and another sort of example of that is having epic versions of games, like you were saying when we played Shadow Rift. That why don't we just play with all of the character power cards just shuffled into one big deck, and then have it come out Ascension style? Well, why not? It's the epic version. We just use all the cards.
I mean,
not all the enemies, but all.
That's exactly what Thunderstone did, and it worked.
Yeah,
because the original Thunderstone's like meh, but epic Thunderstone,
yeah. And then another one would be to just take out parts of the game that aren't fun.
That's fair.
Player elimination. Take that out.
Well, yes. Yeah, absolutely. If there's a way to do that. I do that with a game, Luna Lena, Luna Yena, anyway, where you have player elimination, but why not have those players when they get eliminated become
do something
werewolves?
Else, right.
Play, on the werewolf team, play as werewolves instead of actually just being dead. And then another way that comes into play is terrible scoring things, or not terrible. I shouldn't say that. Scoring things that nobody cares about, like Telestrations, a party game where you play the game. I don't know anyone who actually scores that.
Yeah. Say, you keep scoring that game?
No. Yeah. That's an unfun part that you just take out.
Yeah.
Or Concept.
Or it's just an unnecessary. Yeah, Concept has a scoring, but it doesn't make any sense to me.
Yeah. Or Spyfall. I've never really scored Spyfall.
Nah, I think you either win or you lose.
Yeah. So just take it out. Just take it out if you don't like it. And that's probably not an exhaustive list of the reasons that I house rule, but...
No, I mean, I like that you brought up a ton of them and you brought up a ton of examples. And oddly enough, I thought I was going to come in here with swords and shields banging like, all right, house rules are garbage. But I do actually agree with a lot of what you're saying because we have run into that and tried to do a lot of those things, especially, things that have already been said. I mean, not to rehash everything we just talked about, but essentially there was a lot of things that we wanted to house rule or like, well, we don't like this, let's change it or whatever. But
we don't like this one card.
I was going to say, I remember early in the day, DC Deck Builder, Green Lantern. Because it was going to win. It was broken.
He was so powerful.
So just, you can't beat him.
He's out of here.
He's gone. He's out of here.
Yeah.
Yep.
Sometimes, this is an extra one that I'm adding right now just because I've thought of it. Sometimes a game is so, I don't want to say broken, so pedestrian or unfun that it takes an entire rewrite. And the reason is because the components are fantastic. And I want to love the game.
Save it.
I want to save the game. Papua is close. It's not there. It's not quite there. I mean, I wouldn't say it has issues at that level.
Yeah.
But I do love the components. But there's other games where the components are so good, but the game is just so bad. Not bad. It's
bad.
It's not satisfying.
Right.
Just unsatisfying. Pie Town was a game that should be fantastic. And
a lot of people like this, right?
No.
Well, was it not that one?
No,
there was another pie game.
No, it was Pie Town, and it came out and it had decent reviews, and I'm not sure how
or why. Yeah.
Or why, and it didn't last because people don't actually like the game, and I think those reviews were possibly motivated,
manufactured somehow.
Yeah. I don't trust them at all. But I rewrote the rules for that game, top to bottom, and now I think it's fairly decent.
Yeah, the interesting thing about what you just said is on the podcast we do a lot of first impressions, and I will usually get benefits of the doubt because I know that I haven't played the game as much as I probably should. But when it comes time to like do a review, if I do it like on the Dice Tower or whatever, I don't try to like destroy the game, but I'm not going to hold bar because somebody gave it to me for free.
Right.
And like, I feel like there's so many reviewers out there that do that. It's like, this game is great because no, this game sucks. There's nothing about this game that's great. Or like, for instance, like everything you're talking about, like for instance, we were having a discussion on the Dice Tower group about Nemesis. And I'm like, I like Nemesis, but the theme of traitor is dumb. Like it made no sense. Like you wake up from cryostasis or whatever it is. Mm-hmm. There's a dead body and the crap has hit the fan and there's aliens on the ship trying to kill you. So what do? Eric, I don't like you. I'm going to kill you now. This is a great opportunity to murder you. Yeah. How about?
Well, that is true though. It would be a good opportunity.
It would be a good opportunity, but who's really going to, like, there's a difference between
a psychopath
when the dude did an Aliens. Matt, do y'all remember the Aliens movie much?
Yeah. Oh yeah.
He had his own motives, right?
Yes.
But at the same time, they were never trapped in were they trapped in a spot where they couldn't get out of it?
The whole ship.
And he still betrayed them?
He never really betrayed them. He was just shady about why they were there.
Oh, okay, yeah. See, but that's a little different than what you're trying to do in Nemesis.
He completely lied to them on their mission. He was going to bring aliens back to Earth, whereas they thought they were going to exterminate.
That's right. Okay, so that makes sense because he was there from a military aspect to collect things and bring them back. Mm-hmm. Then, unfortunately, the crap hit the fan. But just being like, I don't like player one because maybe they were embezzling money.
My card says I don't like them.
Yeah, my card says, first off, there's zero theme on why.
Okay.
Right.
That would be cool.
So here's the house rule. You have to have a reason and you have to explain it. You have to come up with a backstory.
Right.
Why you're such a psychopath.
Yeah. It just doesn't make any sense to me because you're in a confined space. You know, it'd be like if I don't like somebody and I'm like, for instance, in a jail, it's very odd to me that if some people are coming through trying to kill everyone in the jail, that dude in jail cell A and dude in jail cell B are from rival gangs, aren't going to like help each other out, at least to get out of that situation. This happens all the time with like comic books. You know what I mean? And then right at the end, sure, they betray him, like after the immediate threat is dealt with. But
sure,
I don't know. I don't know.
There are instances where, people have fragged their sergeant in the field, and you could say the same situation is happening.
Well, I mean, that's true, I guess.
So
I guess maybe they just need to explain things.
Human nature. They do. They need
your corporate card. Be the last person alive. Why?
Because you're a terrible person.
First off, why would I have went into cryostasis if I needed to murder everyone else at the table? I could have just pretended to go into cryostasis and kill them all and then landed the ship somewhere else and got off. It seems like a very long way to get to something. Anyway.
Here, I'll put you guys to sleep first.
Yeah. Here, I got it. I got it. Yeah. You would sign up as the mechanic. Yeah. You know what I mean? Who like operates that machinery. So I don't know.
I can see the objection that you have, but I don't know that it.
Mechanically, it works fine.
It doesn't ruin.
I'm not saying the game sucks because of it, but like that part just really irritated me. I can't. It's hypocritical for me to say I don't like the game because of that, because I usually don't read the story. So
I was thinking this. But.
Yeah. So I just mean thematically, if you want to get to it, I don't necessarily think it's that great of an explanation to me.
Okay.
But it doesn't ruin the game at all. Like I thought the only thing that ruined the game to me is I thought the combat was meh.
Right.
Yeah. And I can actually relate to exactly what you're saying, because it's not a house rule but it's like it's changing the game when you have a game where the theme doesn't quite work and you have to rework the theme in order to have the game make sense.
Yeah.
A good example of that is Panic Station, which is sort of it's almost the same as The Thing, the story of The Thing, where you're in a.
Do you have that game, Matt?
Yes.
And it
plays 7 players, right?
I was actually thinking about that.
Okay.
Okay, well that would be that'd be a good one.
Yeah.
But it doesn't make a lot of sense that you have this android. I can't remember how it goes now, but like you have 2 characters. One of them can actually shoot people. The other one can't. Just can't. Whatever it is, the theme that they have just is so thin. It doesn't make sense, but you can rewrite that
lots
story.
Lots of arbitrary stuff going on.
Yeah. You can make it make sense.
Yeah.
And I've actually done it and like printed it out and put it in the game box so I can remind myself, how is this supposed to make sense? Nice. Because I enjoy the game more when it does tie together.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Well, cool. Anything else that you want to plug on there for?
I think I'm good for house rules. Just, always use them.
Cool. No,
when they make sense.
Just not on first playthrough.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Don't just be against house rules just because sometimes, they're a big benefit.
Yeah, no, I think that I'm not against them for the typical reasons why people would be against them. I'm not just like, no, purity. It just makes sense. It's more of a selfish reason, I guess, because I have a motive to play the game without them.
Yeah, I guess I would just say, don't be rigid about it.
Yeah, no.
Whether you're pro or against, just like you said, it has to be agreement and just, go with what everyone wants to do.
Yeah. Although if one person is adamant about, I would probably do what you do and just play a different game.
Yes.
Yeah.
It's like, this game doesn't make sense if we don't change it up.
Yeah.
Let's just
Right.
do something else.
That's when it gets unfortunate, when one person says, I don't play house rules, period. Right? And then you have a number
Does that
of
happen
games.
a lot?
No, but when it does happen, it makes it difficult for someone who likes house rules like I do.
That's fair. That's fair.
And I can have lots of reasons and I can explain my reasons, but if their stance is, I don't do house rules, then what do you do with that?
We're not playing with free parking.
I actually don't think free parking is a thing that you're supposed to do.
It's not.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, it's not in the rule book.
Yeah, it's a
Right.
house rule. That's all I'm saying.
Okay, yeah.
Exactly.
Actually, Monopoly in general is house ruled.
So much. Right.
The game's
And that's
supposed
why
to
it
be like
takes-
an hour and a half.
That's why it takes like 5 hours.
Yeah. You're not supposed to feel bad for people. You're not
Right.
supposed to,
Oh, you don't have to pay me all the money.
yeah, just pay me half now, half later. Yeah, and you're supposed to auction off every property that comes up. If you
Yeah.
can't buy it, somebody's buying it.
Yeah, you're out.
Yeah. So,
One more thing about house rules I will say is that it seems like with the advent of Kickstarter now, games are coming out a little less baked
Oh, yes.
than they ever used to. And
Right.
so it seems like house rules are more and more necessary in order to save
Fix
your investment.
issues.
no, I will
Yes.
agree with that. Kickstarters are skirting the line of you're going to kind of put a bad taste in everyone's mouth.
Yeah.
So,
That things are rushed to production. It may not even be a Kickstarter, but it's not that the designer doesn't know what he's doing or that it wasn't play tested enough. It's just that it didn't get through the process fully.
oh yeah, we have a great idea. We have an artist. We have all the art. We have the components designed. Bam! Here we go.
Yeah.
Here's the prototype rulebook. I don't know about that. So anyway, we're going to move on to our final topic then. Our final topic for this episode is our top 5 board games that you would love to live in, parentheses, and why. Now, I'm assuming, I don't know how you all did this, and I purposely did not try to define it, but I'm assuming you mean the themes.
The themes,
Right.
Yeah.
for me, maybe not living permanently. Go visit.
Mine is in the idea of like if I took a VR trip there and
Yeah.
had no repercussions.
Yeah.
There you go.
Oh no, I went with you're
You
actually
live there forever?
You're there. That's
Like
right.
you could live in forever.
I mean, whether
All right, cool.
Well, mine could work out that way as well, but mine was permanent kind of thing.
All right, so to give, so what we normally do is we just go around with our number 5, then number 4, or whatever. We're gonna start with Matt. That way, we give George the privilege of ending with his number 1.
All right.
that's an honor.
My number 5 is adrenaline. It sounds like it'd be
You
fun
want to shoot people
to run around and shoot everyone.
and get shots?
Again,
That's the part
on the preface of I am not staying here permanently.
Yeah.
I'm just visiting.
But you get to respawn.
You get to respawn. Yeah.
Infinite respawn.
Infinite respawns. Test out my shooting abilities and survivability. So
It'd be like, what's that movie, The Day After Tomorrow or something?
Yeah.
After?
yeah, day after
With
tomorrow.
Tom Cruise?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It used to be called,
Groundhog Day.
no, not Groundhog Day. It used to be called All You Need Is Kill, the
Oh,
Japanese version, which is a much better title.
Yeah.
The names that the Japanese name of the movie.
It actually wasn't.
What was the other one that you said? The
too
pancreas.
Oh, I want to eat your pancreas. That's a tender love story.
Oh, nice. It sounds like it.
All right, I reached number 5.
All right. Number 5 for me is Friday. You're just,
This is escalating quickly.
You want to test your surviving.
yeah, you're on a deserted island all by yourself, relax on the beach. Or
I just want to, you know what? You can live in that world and you can visit California and go to that one thing we talked about.
Hey, Robinson
Oh.
Crusoe made my short list.
Did
I will
it?
say
Okay.
that. So
I did think about it myself, but I thought
Yeah.
then I would die.
well, no, you would survive.
Have you played Friday a lot?
Yeah, well, I guess you don't survive in Friday. But also, I could change it to like Bora Bora, I guess. somewhere more,
a little nicer. My number was Hawaii, and my number 2 is
Vanuatu.
Just places you want to go.
Prague.
I want to go visiting all these places.
Well, speaking of escalating it quickly, my number 5 is Wasteland Express Delivery Service because Mad Max, right? So I don't know if I'd want to live in the Mad Max world, but it would be cool to experience it from a, like a dream, like a lucid dream. But it's interesting because you're basically a trucker, right?
Yeah.
And you're not the target as much. Well, I guess you are a target, but
you could be a guitarist.
That's true. And just rock out with flamethrowers.
Yeah.
But I don't know. I really like the theme of it. Obviously, Mad Max is such a cool theme, and it's just over the top and silly, and that's a great theme. Great theme. I don't like the desert. I actually don't like a lot of desert.
You don't want to be hot.
Well, I'm not interested so much in like Egyptian themes. I don't mind them, but I don't gravitate towards them. Mm-hmm. But like, even though Mad Max is literally a desert planet, it works out.
Yeah.
Probably because it's ludicrous.
That's a good choice.
Yeah.
Except it would be hell to live there.
Yeah. It would. Yeah. I'm operating under the premise that I want to,
you get to come
be
back.
there for a day,
experience it, and I come back. Yeah.
Okay,
Time travel without the
any negatives.
Right.
Yeah. Well, my first one, maybe is kind of the same. Like, maybe I wouldn't really want to live like this. And I thought about when I started the list. I thought, I'll just be selfish. I'll go with Last Will. Because he's going to spend all the money he wants.
that would be a fun one. Yeah.
Yeah. And then I put Tanto Cuore because I could have like tons of maids.
There you got it.
But then that game is just way too perverted, so I'm not doing that. So these are the ones I crossed out.
Yeah.
And I went with
Did you not tell him we have an honorable mention?
We do. You could have added these as honorable mentions.
No, it's okay. Okay, I'm good.
Do you have an honorable mention?
Yeah, no, I crossed out a whole bunch. It's fine.
Oh, that's fine. Okay, so when we get to that, you can add the rest of them.
So I went with Mice and Mystics. Because,
I thought of this one time.
Did you? Yes. Because the story is so good. The adventure of it, it's just the story and it would be a very just engrossing world, I think.
It'd be like, bam, spawn, stepped on. That was great, Gus.
The cat.
Thanks.
Brody just
the cat.
Thanks for sending me to that.
Oh no, killed by cockroaches.
Okay, that didn't think of that.
Yeah.
That would be a kind of a cool. You know how Quantum Leap would send people, send the guy back in time and stuff into somebody's body.
That's on my list.
Oh, is it?
Is it?
Yeah, we'll get to it later.
Oh, okay. Good. Well, do that, but into different.
I think it's
realms.
on mine too.
Quantum Leap.
No, nothing.
Oh, okay. Well, all right.
The same one.
Number 4.
My number 4
I know
is
what you did.
Terra and Meeple City, also known as Rampage.
Would you be one of the Rampagers?
No, I want to be a kaiju, dude. I'm tearing up cities. I'm smashing buildings.
So you just want to be flicked in the head a whole lot?
Yeah. I mean, I guess, but I'm tearing stuff up. I'm eating meeples. I'm doing everything. I'm tearing out teeth. Doing all the good stuff.
They did put that Tabletop Simulator, but with the first person mode. So as you get flicked, you get spectated as another player. So I'm flicking it, but the other player is spectating from the eyes of the Meeple.
How would you do the blowing part?
Oh, I don't know.
A blow fire.
On Tabletop Simulator?
No, you blow the
in tabletop.
You get on top of your guy and you blow the meeples around, actually blowing.
It's hilarious.
With your mouth.
Nudge, flick. I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know how you would do it.
Spread communicable diseases, but it's fun.
I don't know if that action's usually taken that much though. Right? Do you see it?
I try it.
Yeah.
I'll try it, but I'm lousy.
Yeah. I think that's pretty common.
Yeah. I don't even get all the candles out on my cake.
Yeah. We experienced this.
Yeah.
I'm going to go to number 4 on me is Red Dragon Inn. You're a party, right?
Oh, is this where they fight?
No, you drink.
No.
You drink the whole time.
You're gambling. Your fantasy characters, right?
Okay, that's brilliant.
Eric's like, drunk quest.
Anything with drinking. No, you did all your stuff. You're going back to the inn and you're partying it up. You're gambling, you're drinking. Whoever, basically the last person conscious wins the game. So, yeah.
Right.
It sounds like a good time.
Oh, that's good.
Jeez.
You can play
you
that
could just
one.
enroll in college again.
That's like a Tuesday. That's fine.
Right.
My number 4 is Legend of the Five Rings. So I had to pick some sort of Japanese style game, and this one just makes a lot of sense. I used to know more about the story when I played it years ago, before the Final Fantasy Flight obtained it. Though I can't remember 100%. It has magic in it, right? Does it? I don't know. Maybe it doesn't.
I honestly don't know, but I know it has a lot of story.
It has a lot of story.
Involved.
I mean, it has a whole role-playing game based off of it.
People LARP on this.
Yeah. Oh, do they?
Yeah.
That makes sense. Yeah. But so they have a whole RPG system and everything. It's so cool, like with the different clans or whatever and stuff, and the story behind the rings and everything.
That's a good pick.
It's just a really cool. I don't know. If I was going to pick a Japanese thing, I mean, might as well just go full blown anime. So
yeah. No, that's a good pick. All the intrigue and all that.
Yeah. Which also reminds me, I need to read it because I own it now and I haven't played it. The new one.
Right.
So.
Okay, I was still going with the sort of adventuring theme, like from Mice and Mystics, and I went with my next one is Near and Far.
Oh.
Where you go out.
Who was doing that? Was that you? Drove her in the house.
That's pretty good. You go out on these sort of camping expeditions, and you go find these places of power or story, and on the way you have pack kiwis that carry your stuff, and these giant tortoises that carry your stuff, and there's like mechs basically, and that
that's almost the book that you flip, right?
Yeah. Yeah. So it has all these interesting sort of races. There are these what are they, glow balls or whatever. They're the like frog people, lizard people, and and so there's just different races that can join your party, and it's, I think it would be very interesting to just sort of interact in that world.
Oh yeah.
Definitely. That'd be cool. Yeah.
And
I want to play the game.
We should play it.
Yeah.
And you have a dog that can come along with you on your.
That's all Matt right there.
As part of your party. It's a full member of your party though. It's like, oh, I'm sorry, Eric, you can't come because the dog. Right, the dog is coming. We've already got 4.
Yeah.
We're full up.
So that you.
Yep.
Yeah.
My number 3 might be in George's, but I want to be a critter. I want to be in Everdale.
Yeah.
I want to own shops. I want to sell squishy berries to people or collect them, I guess. But I want to do fun critter things.
Drink at a tavern with a badger.
Yeah.
That's fair.
I want to hang out with the critters. Yeah. So I mean, it's pretty self-explanatory.
Absolutely on the list.
Just hang out with critters.
Number 3 for me is the 10-day series.
The what?
10-day series, 10 days in Africa, 10 days in the USA, 10 days in Europe. It's all about going around and traveling. So
it's a vacation.
It is vacation. I'm going to live in my vacation.
My number 1 is Bora Bora. This is great. My number 3 is Mage Knight. So when I used to play Mage Knight, the miniature game back in the day, it had, I was more invested in the story and everything.
You want to burn down the chapel.
Well, so the Mage Knight story itself, actually, I didn't even like that. I like the specific faction. They're kind of like knights, basically, like medieval faction or whatever. Anyway, so I don't know. I just really liked the theme that was going on. They had like the Dracona and all that stuff, and they had a lot of cool stuff. It's very much like my next one.
I'm going to go on vacation.
Yeah.
You're going to go adventuring.
Yeah. It's like the adventuring side of the table over here.
Absolutely. We're not quite done adventuring. I'm on number 3 now. And I was going to say, I wanted something with magic in it. More magic than Mice and Mystics, I guess. And so I thought of Argent, the Consortium, because I thought that'd be really cool. It's sort of like Harry Potter kind of thing, you know, going around. And then I thought, well, it's also this whole like academia setting and having to get people on your side and become provost or whatever. It's really boring. So that one was out. And I decided to go with Fantastica.
Oh, we played this, right?
Yes. Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Which it's more of a whimsical
But
kind
with
of
better
setting.
components, right?
Yeah, it's great. Great components. No, I don't think I've house ruled this one, but
so if you wanted to go
this game
more
is perfect.
Harry Potter, maybe Arcane Academy.
Oh, that's a good choice. Yeah.
Yeah.
But I like the critters. I like the Fantastica. I think I'll stick with that. I'm with
Except there's like
critters.
no theme to that, but that's fine.
Hey.
No theme?
It's Arcane Academy.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. It's like got like 5 pieces of art and it's like sweet.
You got all the artwork art. Or the card art.
So number 2?
Yeah.
I'm usually not too big on sci-fi kind of stuff, but this one actually intrigues me because you could literally have lots of different experiences, but time stories would be really cool to live in and be put into the body of someone else. I can't remember exactly the receptacle, and just go around and experience all these different kind of stories. Because I mean, they literally go through the 1920s insane asylum. They have the dragons of medieval times, and
if I would have thought for 3 seconds, I would have answered my own question. Why don't they make a game like Quantum Leap? Where you talking about?
That's what I thought you were talking about.
Right. That would be really interesting. Going back, you still probably don't want to die, but if you do, you can.
Doesn't matter.
Yeah, it doesn't matter. Yeah.
Well, I guess because you're actually manipulating time at that point, right? Are you? Or are you just experiencing?
That's what you are manipulating time, but you can go back, before that happened again.
Yes. Yeah.
Keep on going back and redoing it.
Yeah. I've been doing this for 6 years and I can't fix it.
I can't stop it from happening.
Yeah, you're not actually manipulating time, except maybe you are. No spoilers. Sorry.
Fair enough.
There's another one that's similar to Time Stories called Tragedy Looper.
Oh, we played that.
It
was,
yes.
The same idea, right?
Did you like that?
Brain burning.
Yeah, I love it.
Oh.
I like this kind of logic games.
We didn't feel the same.
No, I like the logic game, but I felt like that was like 400 years of rules to play for like.
It's a tricky.
Yeah.
Very
it's tricky to get
heavy.
It's done really well. My problem is it's not replayability. Like no.
Well, there's that, but there's all these expansions to it. My problem with it is
you don't need expansions because it came with like so many.
It did.
Right, exactly.
I think it came with 10.
More than we
maybe
played.
14 or something. Yeah.
The thing that was difficult about it for me is that there's no actual story. You don't know what's going on. You don't have a coherent story like you do in Time Stories.
You have to make it up.
You have to make it up. That's
Right.
house rule. So,
Yes.
Fair enough.
House roll.
Yeah.
Number 2, I'm guessing you guys don't have it, but it's Candyland. Why not?
Eric wants to get drunk and eat candy and spend his time in Hawaii.
Yeah.
Land of milk and honey.
Right. You're going down on like candy slides and
So
everybody's having a good time.
maybe like a Willy Wonka board game.
Right.
I'm thinking Big Rock Candy Mountain. Kind of the same.
Well, my number 2 is not Candyland. It's World of Warcraft. Oh! Which, I mean, it's just so good.
Some people spend their
I mean, yeah, I pretty much.
Some people do this.
Yeah, that is their life.
I pretty
brother-
much did live in this game for many years.
My brother's already there, yeah.
Yeah.
Yep. So I don't know. I really like just the fantasy magic kind of typical thing, I guess. But World of Warcraft's got such a really cool story to it. I mean, obviously they have tons of novels. They have video games that have like crazy amounts of story.
Movie. There will be movies.
The movie
Which
wasn't too
apparently
bad.
is impossible to find on Blu-ray, but
Was
that's
it not
fine.
bad?
Oh, I have it.
On
Warcraft?
Blu-ray?
Yeah.
I heard it was kind of bad.
I didn't mind it.
What, the
I thought
movie?
it was pretty
I-
decent. I mean, it wasn't
it's
like
okay.
awesome, but it was watchable.
If they get to about the third one storyline, it'll be great. I think they went a little too far back origin wise.
Gotcha.
Oh, I got you.
I think they should have started just a hair earlier.
Yeah. Pro tip: stop doing origin movies, people.
Yeah.
I mean, stop it.
Agreed.
Especially if you don't have plans yet to continue the series.
Yeah.
Don't start with
pro-
origins.
Probably had plans to. I don't think it did well enough for them to.
You know what movie did great and it did not have an origin movie?
What's that?
Star Wars. It started on episode 4. It's tried and true, people. You don't have to have an origins movie to begin.
That's true. And then when they did the Origins movies, they were bad.
Oh, yeah, there you go. See?
Never do it.
So-
Damn it, Jar Jar.
Midichlorians.
Blaming on Jar Jar.
I will blame it on Jar Jar.
I will back you up on that. Okay, so Matt and I have very similar lists, and so rather than go with Everdell, which I would have done for my number 2, I'll go with Dale of Merchants because it's critters. It's this whole world of critters that have different professions and cultures, and it's that'd be great.
And I read the story, or not read the story, but told everybody the story. You're trying to be the best merchant to get into the guild.
Right, it's nonviolent. It's a nonviolent
The
world.
guild.
Right. The guild of Dell. Very exclusive. Only one person a year.
Fair enough.
Just don't let the crocodiles in because they're butts.
Yeah.
Honorable mention, Matt?
Honorable mention. I went really generic. I just said typical IP games. Because there's so many of them that probably would have made up the whole list. So you got like Shadowrun, Fallout, Warhammer, Warcraft. I mean, all the IPs that they have board games of.
Cool.
Any Lovecraftian. I want to be.
Nah, you don't want to do that.
No, I want to because I've got the strength. I would not go crazy if I saw the craziness. My mind would hold it.
You want to see Cthulhu.
I want to see them and be like, no, you will not drive me mad.
Because that happens in those stories, doesn't it?
What's that?
That they win out in the end?
Yeah.
Well, that's whatever. I'll change that. I'll rewrite history.
So I had a couple viticulture because, hey, well, making some wine. You get
I actually thought of this one too, Eric. I thought of this.
I don't know. That's true. That's true.
Sushi go, eat some sushi.
Eric's whole thing is of drinks and food.
Drinks and food and places to go.
And donuts for donuts.
Oh, that's a good one. And I got no thanks because, anytime you get something that you don't want, you'd be like, no thanks. Give them a chip. So,
no thanks.
No thanks.
It's a bunch of chips and numbers.
Yeah.
What in the
whenever
world?
you get something that you don't want, you'd be like, no thanks, don't want that. My car broke down? No thanks. Have a chip instead.
Eric's like Mad Libs over here. He just fills in the blanks. The one games that aren't on your list is negotiation games.
I don't need to negotiate.
It's like your life.
Just say no thanks.
No negotiating.
Jeez.
The problem with that game is when you run out of chips.
Never run out. You take one card, you get them all back. You get one bad thing.
My honorable mention is Noria because I have a fascination with games that takes place on floating islands. I really think that every MMO needs a zone or something with floating islands. Oh my gosh. And this is one of the reasons I like Destiny 2 so much.
I was going to say, it's like, on Destiny's like, I like this so much. And all these floating islands.
I've said it so many times. Oh, dude, it's so cool. Yeah. Like, so much stuff is floating. You jump around on them and stuff. But Noria and maybe Skylands possibly, I don't know. I don't like that. Yeah. But as a matter of fact, I don't even know the theme to Noria. I just know that it has floating islands, which is why it's an honorable mention because I have no clue what it's about. I haven't played it yet, but
cannibalism.
But I bought it.
I'm gonna go visit.
But I literally bought it specifically because it's a game about floating islands. No joke. Or I was at least interested in it, and I watched a review, and then it was actually a good game, so I bought it.
I understand that.
Yeah.
Cool.
That could be another top 5, top 5 things that make you buy a game no matter what.
Wow, that's actually a really good one.
Anyway, so my honorable mention, I did the opposite of what Eric did. So I thought, what would be the games that I want to live there because they're so different than the real world? So my honorable mention is one that I could actually do, and that's Cold Water Crown, where you would go to Ireland and you would fish in the river, in the sea, and in a lake. And so you have these competitions there. I could actually do that.
Fishing competitions?
But I would love to do that. So it's my honorable mention.
Cool.
That's fair. Our number one's drum rolls. Shells over Camelot. No.
No. I want to be a pirate though.
Yeah, that's true.
Merchants and Marauders. I want to pick up spices and take them on some stupid trip over here and sell them for a bunch. And
so you really want to be a merchant in a pirate game?
No, I'd be a pirate too.
You'd be a pirate.
I'd have to fight stuff. And,
he just kind of wants to do whatever.
Yeah. I want to be in Sid Meier's Pirates game.
Yeah, pretty much. So, that's actually what he thought about. And then he realized there was a game.
Yeah, but they got a board game version of it. So
yeah, I have the expansion. We've never played it.
Yeah,
no.
He wants to sing and
One
have
day.
a parrot,
right? And a stumpy leg.
Yeah,
stumpy leg.
No eye.
My son's running around right now singing the pirates from the Paw Patrol thing. It's like yo ho ho. It's like Paw Patrol's on a roll. he just runs around singing it the whole time. It's great.
Nice.
Awesome.
He's really into pirates right now.
Yeah, pirates are cool.
They're cool.
They are cool.
What was that? Did you ask him? I asked him. Did you ask him? What's that little cartoon with the pirate Jake or something?
Yeah,
Jake the pirate.
Jake the pirate.
Is that good?
That's a Disney thing, I think, ain't it?
I don't know.
I think it's on Disney. I don't know. I know they got toys for it and stuff, or
That's
they
fair.
did.
They got toys for everything.
Yeah, they used to have toys. I don't know that is it still on?
I have no clue.
Yeah, I know it was on like 4 years ago or so, but yeah.
I might check into it then.
Yeah,
because he might like that. So
it's either Disney or what's the other one? Sprout. I think it's one of those two.
All right, so this one, Eric, is going to be a combination of drinking and eating.
You're right.
On vacation.
Because I'm going to be all about myself. Because it's the last will. Because I like to. I'm going to be selfish.
Did you play this game, Matt?
Yes.
Okay, yeah.
I want to, if my uncle dies and he gives me all this money, I just want to just spend.
Absolutely.
Which is interesting because your normal life is to gather money.
Now I'm spending money.
Spend it.
Right. And I want to be the best at spending so I get more money.
Like Brewster's Millions.
Absolutely.
Yes.
Fair enough. My number one, I put the Iron Kingdoms, which is really just War Machine, the world of War Machine. Because one, Microsoft wants to do something. I don't like it. There we go. Anyway, so one, first off, steampunk, one of my favorite genres. Mm-hmm. And having magic, another one of my favorite genres. Yeah. And adding like tech to it as well, like a technological aspect of it. They got like guns that fire different bullets that do different things. There's so many cool things in it. And I think it's really easy to get immersed in that if you've played the role-playing game, because you kind of have lived the world. And after playing it and actually living through some of the modules and stuff that they have, it is such a cool world. It is not very fun if you were actually to live there.
Probably not.
Yeah,
but
you just want to visit.
Yeah, if I was just visiting.
Spectate.
Yeah. Or live in for a small period of time without the repercussion of dying.
Right.
Or like if you could go into these worlds and if you do die, you get removed. That would be cool.
Removed forever.
Yeah.
Maybe not that.
Or instant respawn.
Yeah, right. respawn. Adrenaline.
Yeah.
So, all right, number one, drum roll.
And my number one is Inish. Because it would be ancient Ireland. It would be amazing for me to go and see that. Plus, I thought about all my other ones on the list are non-violent. I'd actually like to live there because everything would be fine. Mm-hmm. But in this, there's battling. But the thing is, you can always call off the battle.
Yeah. And I'm going to go to my castle.
I'm good. I'm going in the Citadel.
We can coexist.
That's right. So I just have to be close to the Citadel. I'd be fine. Yeah. Plus, there's all, if I'm thinking about, okay, it's way in the past and medicine just wouldn't be there. Mm-hmm. And there'd be all kinds of like horrible, I don't know, lice and just things you'd have to deal with, right?
Right.
Pathogens and everything. But here's the thing. There's Celtic magic, so that all these demigods could come down and just make everything great.
There you go.
So yeah,
that's true. That's true. And you can live in a world where the boundaries of each kingdom is separated by squiggly lines.
And give you certain powers.
Every time you walk across the line, right. You start a fight as well.
It's interesting because that weird shape cutout defines that game and I think gives it a lot of character. I hate it, but it's awesome. Yeah. I do not like this, but I am willing to agree that this has made itself a name.
Yeah.
Because of the look of the game is so unique.
It is really cool.
Yeah.
Tessellation.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's a good word. Well, cool. That's it. We finished the episode.
Yes, we did.
We're coming to the conclusion. Where are we at? 3 hours before editing? All right, we'll see what this edits down to. I might actually cut that out. But anyway, so I think it's about time we wrap this episode up. If I can speak properly, we want to thank you again for tuning in to episode 71 of the MeepleCore Podcast. This episode was recorded on March 21st, 2019. Please send us questions and comments to meeplecore@gmail.com. Follow MeepleCore on Twitter, Facebook, Instagram, and check out the video versions of the show eventually on youtube.com/MeepleCore. Until next time, this is Tim Jennette, the Middle Meeple.
Matt RoBear.
And Eric Ledford.
And we want to thank you for joining us.
Thank you so much. This is George Breden, and it's been a pleasure to be here.
Was it fun?
I had a great time.
Awesome. Anyway, keep on rocking and rolling dice.